Hello, my name's Daniel J. I'm your host as always. I'm wearing my own t-shirt, so that's how you know it's real.
It's true.
And tonight is the presentation party, co-hosted by my dear friend Michal.
Hi, I'm the co-host and wearing a blazer, so you know I'm important.
And also Liz.
I'm here.
Thank you all for being here in the chat. Really appreciate y'all. Thanks for your patience. I know we're running a couple minutes late, but it would not be Coffee Breath Sessions if we were on time.
Yeah. We've never been on time.
How is everybody doing out there? How are you feeling? You two.
I'm really terrified and excited to be doing this. Thank you so much to everyone who wanted to watch this. Thank you for joining us. I'm really stoked. This is something that my friend started in Seattle a couple years ago. It turned into a much bigger thing, and now I'm doing it for the first time with a whole new group of people and live, and it means a lot to me. Everyone just gets to share something they're passionate about, or just a really long joke, and it's beautiful.
Hell yeah, we'll go over rules in a second, but like Michal said, if you don't know her already, she's a dear friend of the show, and she went viral on Twitter a few years ago for doing this whole thing, and now it's spiraled into this, where we're producing it live for you guys on Twitch.
For you.
And not only that, but we're also raising money for a good cause tonight.
Charity.
As always with Coffee Breath Sessions, we like to... You guys can clap. You can clap.
You can clap.
You can clap.
You told us to be quiet!
You can clap. Did I tell you to be quiet, or did I tell you to fucking clap? Can you follow the goddamn rules? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Hell yeah. There we
You're
go.
so mean to
You
me!
should be
There we
terrified.
go. All right.
Don't be frightened.
So if you've never been to a Coffee Breath Session stream before, the way this works is that we get a bunch of people into a room and we do some kind of competition or event in which we compete for some kind of non-existent prize and do so by raising money for charity at the same time.
Which is crazy because now we have existent prizes.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Tonight we actually do have, usually the prize is just that you get to choose where the money goes, but tonight no one's choosing the money. The money's going to United Way Los Angeles. Let me bring this up real quick. I do have some graphics prepared. Here we go. Tonight we're raising money for United Way of Greater Los Angeles. This is an organization that helps provide shelter, food, education, other kinds of assistance for low-income and unhoused people in the Los Angeles community. Trying to put some good back into the world here. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, go ahead and type !donate in the chat, or go to bit.ly/coffeebreathpresentation, or the link is in the description, or this is how fucking easy I made it for you. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. There's a QR code right there, and you can scan it. For those of you who are live here in the audience, the QR code is on the bar if you want to scan it yourselves and donate. Tonight, as always, bits and subs also count. You can see down here we have a counter. Bits and subs will get included into the total amount, but just so you know, if you want to donate that way, Jeff Bezos is a fucking pig and he takes half of it.
True.
So I wouldn't recommend that. Your money goes further if you use the donation link, but I know that some people already have bits on their Twitch account or whatever and they want to give those. So we'll gladly accept them. Just know that if you want your money to go the furthest, go ahead and use that donation link. And at any time you can type !donate. Nightbot will be spamming it in the chat. And this is an interactive thing, so I'm going to explain the rules for you now. Here we go.
The donations take a minute because Twitch.
Yeah, sorry, the donations will show up pretty soon. They should be coming in a second. I see we've already got a lot of primes and bits coming in. I'll read those off in just a few. But first, let's talk about the rules. This is how it's going to work. Everybody here tonight has prepared a 4-minute presentation on any topic of their choice. And if that presentation, we'll obviously be doing them one by one throughout the course of the night. We'll have a short 5-minute downtime between each one of them to hang out with you guys in the chat and talk and read off donations. Also, if your presentation exceeds 4 minutes at any point, you must take a drinking penalty once per minute that you exceed. So if your presentation goes 6 minutes over, you'll be taking a drink once every minute that you're over 4 minutes. So that would be 2 drinks in total. You guys in the chat are going to play along with us. You're the judges tonight, and you decide who fucking wins this thing, which is pretty cool. Shoutouts to our dear friends Mel and Solomon for programming this for us. This is a Solomon joint. It's called the PogChamp bot. You can type, you there in the chat can type PogChamp into the chat at any time whatsoever when someone is presenting to award them 1 point. And whoever gets the most points at the end of their presentation receives the Chatter's Choice Award, which is our most coveted prize tonight. There's also a bunch of other bonus rules. We'll have our own vote as a group here on who we feel like is the winner. And then there's also some other awards like who goes the longest, who's the best dressed. But chat, all you guys need to focus on is spamming some pogs for people that you are liking what they're saying. If you're picking up what they're putting down, if you're spitting on their little cute little bum, then you can just go ahead and drop a PogChamp in there, and that number gets bigger. And everybody knows bigger number, good thing.
I used to see people saying, is the drinking a penalty or a perk? For some people, it's both. I know mine is probably going to be 10 minutes, so
as an alcoholic,
I'm worried.
Also, some of you may be asking, Dan, what if someone here isn't drinking? What if they're sober or if they need to drive? Don't worry, I thought of that too. And we have a special...
I thought of this.
No,
this
suck my ass.
beverage.
Suck my ass. Actually, no, you thought of it.
I thought of this, and I have the proof in our DMs where I was like, is it too cruel to give people this as a beverage, which you will now introduce?
Well, here it is. If you're not drinking tonight, what you'll be taking a shot of is Sonic the Hedgehog G Fuel flavored like chili dogs.
Chili dogs.
We have this prepared already. This is an official Sonic the Hedgehog collaboration with G Fuel, and it is flavored like chili dogs.
And it smells like a gym sock.
And boy, does it fucking smell.
Said that
here's the thing, if you are familiar with this drink, you might think that this is cool, but we watered it down so much.
The first time I'm happy I have a PB.
It's just the flavor of the smell. It smells terrible, it tastes like water. We needed something that's
that's already
and will inspire fear, so it's either alcohol or...
Wait. Angel, I would like
one time Liz took a whiff of that shit on stream and she almost choked, so...
Yeah, it is heinous.
It's not good.
It's bad.
But don't worry, we're not endangering ourselves here. We would never do that. We would never break Twitch terms of service. Some chili. You want some chili dog? Oh, come here. Come on stream. Come on stream. We have a request to sample the chili dog.
Everyone, this is Justin.
Oh my god.
He works for the Hedgehog.
Just a little bit.
An official hedgehogger himself.
There's nothing in there. I have to give you a...
I've done this before. I've tried
really
this.
So how do we do? I just
why would you
just
this
put a little bit?
No.
Dude.
Genuinely.
is
Even
this
less.
Working at
Less.
We're gonna get started.
That'll be fun. That's good.
Okay.
Chili with
It smells really bad.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just fucking gas bombed.
The
this place.
harrowing
fuck,
look
my
in your
bad.
eyes.
Oh shit! Fuck, that smells so bad. Oh fuck! All right, no one come over here. Thank you, Liz.
There we go.
Can you
Thank you,
actually
Liz.
You're drinking.
Bye.
Oh god. Okay. Enjoy your fucking chili dog thing.
Smell it from here.
Yeah. So obviously that's not going to be something you want to be doing.
It was terrible.
So I mean, go over at your own discretion. Also, we hadn't even started yet, and we just broke 100 viewers. Thank you guys so much. That's fucking awesome.
Chili dogs!
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. It means a lot to us. This is gonna be a really fun event, and we're gonna get started in just a second. But let me read off some of the donations that we've already got so far.
Wait,
we should mention our donation
Is
goal,
Pog
which is
Champ?
Oh yeah, Michelle, can you explain your
yeah,
donation goal?
I made a huge mistake, and I agreed to a donation goal where if we hit $1,000
voting for
raised
yourself
for
right now?
this month, I
respect
would do
that.
my
I got an evil plan.
from 3 years
Oh,
ago.
you
Which
have
has
an
never
evil
been
plan?
recorded. Never
You got
been
to rig
recorded.
it? You got
Absolutely
to
kickstarted the entire
uproot the whole system?
PowerPoint party trend.
That's
Like,
impressive.
it was large. There are still articles on like you should do this event.
Cool, the lever.
And since then, Jackbox and PowerPoint have ripped it off for their own versions. But I love spreading the love. But I'm going to finally do that shadow presentation, and I'm actually
She's very nervous.
I'm very nervous. I don't know if you guys
I've been
know
getting
this.
texts all day about it.
I did not make an outline for it. I was so passionate in the moment. I knew exactly what to say. And now, honestly, I think some of my tips
opening
which
slide is
have
pretty
changed.
sensitive.
But I'm going to do it, and by that point, I'll probably have done a lot of drinks, so I'm scared. But you can make it happen if you donate to the link.
Shout out the Hedgehog presentation. If we get $1,000.
Fuck yeah, if we get $1,000.
Shout out the Hedgehog. I have so much to say. So little time.
Yeah, so we're all very excited about that. I'm gonna fix the. I see that this little bug down here is broken. I'm gonna take care of him in just a second. But I'll do that during our first presentation because I don't want to take too much airtime here. Before we get started, let me just read off a couple donations that we've gotten already. Oh, actually, it's a lot. So you can't see it there, but on the Tiltify, which is the direct link donation, we've already got $232. Woo! Thank you guys so much.
Oh wow, thank you.
We have $100 from Happy Prime, who said, "Woohoo! I love your presentations, Michelle." Not microwave safe. Said donated $6.66 and said, "Starting this off right, let's go." Andy with the $5. Aaron Knox with $100.69. That's fucking insane. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will be updating this so the like shit down here is fixed in a second. Louise for the $20. For the $20, thank you so much, Louise. Anonymous donated $50, and the CEO of G Fuel donated $10.
Thank God.
Free plug.
We also got a
That's actually the
few.
CO G Fuel.
We got a few
Dollars
subs
for the
here.
background.
Aubrey Cello, Crit, friend of the show. Thanks for being here, Crit. Null Knox and Kid Wide. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for being here. And,
I do want to point out
sorry.
that Crick gifted a sub to your mom.
Crit gifted a sub to my mom. Oh, not like this. She doesn't know how to use the emotes, so it's no big deal. But thank you for that, Crit. Also, Dr. K, thank you so much for the Prime. And we've got some bits here. We had a lot of bits come in. Rhino Time, Freddy Slacks, Sing Rocks, Umatty, Johnny Lamb, Simpow, Lego, Double Clicks, Witty Jester, Aubrey, Muffin Kid, and oh wait, those are all follows. Oh, okay.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. No, we actually got
That's
so many bits, guys.
embarrassing.
We're drowning in the bits right
a lot
now.
of bits.
Yeah, thank you all for donating all the bits. All right,
Are we ready?
another one thank you for Aubrey. All right, thank you so
It
much.
doesn't work.
I'm gonna fix the tracker down there in just a second. But before that, I'm going to introduce our first presenter of the night, a dear friend of mine. She's done just about everything under the sun in the world of esports, video games, tabletop gaming. She one time.
She's a wizard, but not of Waverly Place.
That's true.
What is
That's
And not of the coast.
very true. No longer of the coast, but still a wizard nonetheless. I'd love to introduce you. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to my friend, Abby Sherlock, who's going to start us off with her presentation. Abby, please take it away. Whenever you're ready, I will. Hold on, let me clear the Pog Meter.
The
So you start
timer.
at 0. Let me clear
Yeah,
the
that's
Pog
right.
Meter.
Clearing it.
Oh, we also just had a hype train. Thank you guys so much for the
Oh,
hype train.
that
Potato
sounds
Pilot, thanks for
good.
the sub. All right, let me
Don't believe
reset
his
the
lies
Pog
when he
counter.
stop.
Pog counter is reset. Timer is. Give me the signal when you want to start. Timer's on. Go.
Hello. Who here likes hot people? Who here likes interesting characters?
Yeah.
So I'm here. My name is Abby Sherlock, and I am here to talk about something very important to me, which is why being hotter physically makes a better fictional villain. And we have here a great, excellent example, that of King, excellent, beautiful Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Now, psychology tells us we trust beauty innately, right? So innate goodness from our media literacy teaches us at a young age from our media that we trust these people. They have our best intentions at heart. You have these examples of people like Dracula, Vlad Tepes from Symphony of the Night, Castlevania, 1997.
Great choice.
Great choice, handsome man, father of Alucard. But so psychology today says, from the findings, authors conclude that being attractive and rich makes one more likely to believe in a just world, under the premise that one experiences less injustice. So these characters that then rebel against that when they are physically attractive are even more compelling, because they are doubly interesting, right? Now, you can see, why do we like these villains? And I have a great example here of Mr. Guzma from Pokemon Sun and Moon. That John...
I fuck him.
Oh, thank you, Danielle.
He's a top.
Jung once noted that we have to confront and understand our own hidden nature to grow as human beings. And that means, right, our evil side as well as our good. Villains help us understand ourselves. As the best of characters are instead shades of gray instead of black and white, the best villains are in that gray area where people can relate to them and see ourselves within them reflected. So across the board, games, film, and more, beauty can be used as a tool or resource for evil or for good to gain trust. And something that we often see these villains here use is they use that person, they use them as a tool. We're not special enough to change him. He's a bad boy. You're not going to change him. Even though you think you are, it's not going to happen.
I get it.
Well, you could. You're not. We're not. I'm not special enough. These aren't special enough. We're not. And you have these beautiful examples here from media, anime, very specific gentlemen that are very important to me for many different reasons. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay, so when someone is hot, it causes a rush of chemicals that we typically associate with attraction, right? There's adrenaline, endorphins, and dopamine. So no matter the reality, aka someone being bad, aka Patrick Bateman, aka a serial killer, attraction can often override other senses of the brain. So even though they're a bad person, we still give them benefit of the doubt. So according to the halo effect, physical attractiveness can make people believe that a person possesses other positive qualities as well, even if they don't illustrate that in reality. Higher levels of success, intelligence, and kindness are assumed when someone is seen as physically attractive. The power then to manipulate others, these henchmen, or these people that are within their groups, is never stronger than when the character is hotter. So, beauty for good and evil.
Yes!
And then I wanted to say I dressed today like some sim villains. Can I get a Pog champ in chat? But there are also a lot of interesting. There's a lot of.
She earned it.
I earned it. Thank you. I was also smart. There's also a lot of sexism that usually comes with the creation of an evil femme character, as seen in the examples of Shigo from Kim Possible and Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn from Batman the Animated Series. And first off, I would like to dedicate this presentation to the first man who made me question this. Dark Danny from Danny Phantom, The Ultimate Enemy, 2005. What a hunk. Thank you. Did I hit over 3 minutes?
No, you got 354. Abby, that ruled. Y'all, that was a really fun start. I'm like jazzed.
Excellent. Incredible.
Damn,
This
I hate to be
is
the person I have to follow
a
that.
This is an incredible event because anyone could present about any fucking topic they want. This is like an open invitation, any topic. And we started with Dark Danny, who is objectively the hottest character in
Absolutely, you can't kill it.
Anything from a real topic to a 4-minute long shit post.
Yes, I'm really excited about that.
I will see.
I'm going to write down the time for this presentation because I thought there would be no
nothing to me vote-wise. They get everything more. Oh, I can't. I slide in my
we also need to make people be more strong. This doesn't pick up.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to rob you of 2 speeches. So I'm glad that you picked up on it. It's like if the teacher doesn't show up in time, you get something to attend it. At an airport, you get to steal it. Otherwise, they shut down the airport. This is a post-9/11 world we live in.
We're really great at this.
We're working on the sound and the
Technical
pods.
difficulties. Woo!
Technical difficulties. Woo!
There's always technical difficulties.
Honestly, when it comes to
It got really quiet. But you know what that means? That you
We
can
were all
actually
just
put the
really
people behind
interested
the
in
bar.
what you were saying.
Please go on.
Please go on.
So, fake eyelashes.
Yes! Let's hear about it.
I just did a lot of trial and error. Sometimes I got into my
I know,
eyeballs
this is
until
picking
now I've perfected them perfectly and passed on the same trial and error to my best friends. Thank you.
That's a great skill, and
If
it's
you
clearly
can't
working.
hear,
It's clearly
How do I find out this?
our dear friend Sam.
Can it be anywhere from
doing
3 to 35 minutes long, but only if you drink
You want
either.
me to make it 35 minutes long?
You
Like,
can if you want to drink
Working on the
that much.
layout. But in the meantime, let me know if you can hear me because then I can just talk about things. No, you can't hear me. Let me speak.
Hey, audience! I
That's
need
what
y'all to
happens.
shut the fuck up for a sec. Hey! Thank you.
It has to do from like.
Yeah, we need like a lower average volume because these mics are not as powerful as we expected.
Sorry.
No, you were
They're
all
very
doing
powerful, but they're picking you up is the problem.
great.
They're too
Dan
powerful.
is feeling defensive about the quality of his mics because of what I just said, but yes, the mics are powerful.
Thank you for the sub, Haley. I love you.
Thank you everyone for watching so far.
That's me right now. Thank you, though.
Let us know if the sound is a bit better, but in the meantime, I will say I'm just super hyped to get more presentations. Very interested to know what the chat thinks. And have you done this yourselves and what you would present? I just asked you 3 questions. Please answer them in order. Thank
It's
you.
true.
Let's turn the comments down.
In the meantime,
Give us answers.
I can't say what my current presentation is, but to
The next
Rick,
one up is
It's
Kuba,
Kuba.
which is a mystery to us all.
Kuba's presentation, I looked at the first slide of everyone's presentation just to like organize them and put them in like in order. Huh?
I'm sorry.
No, you were so valid.
I'm gonna tell you right now, yours can't be worse than mine.
So a lot of these are going to be a surprise to me. I know them as vague concepts. I see some people in the chat have done this before. You enjoy them.
Haley,
Thank
that's
you
a
so much.
great idea.
Ooh, what is Haley saying?
Ranking Food Network hosts based on their raw sexual appeal.
Well, the hotter they are, the more
Well,
bad
that
shit they can
hurts.
do.
I'm not-
That's
is
true.
what I just learned. Are we ready to put on the next?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on that. It's partially fixed. Hey chat, thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for being here.
Technical difficulty.
Yep.
We really do appreciate
Hello,
it.
we
have,
are
like,
back. I'm going to read off some donations right now before we
yeah.
get into Kuba's presentation. But Kuba, if you'd like to go over to the laptop, or can someone help Kuba? One of you two
Thank you,
knows how to
Myles.
do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Michelle's gonna help
support.
Kuba set up that. I'm gonna read off some
I
donations.
don't want to break your computer.
We got a few during that, so thank you guys so much. And thanks for
And that's
bearing
the
with me.
exact
I'm
energy
trying to
that
fix
this
this
speech
tracker
needs.
thing. It just wants
Did I
to
ruin
fuck
it?
me all the time, and it's
No.
really annoying, guys. I mean, I'm just trying to raise money for charity. You'd think that they'd like figure this shit out at some point. But
Poggers.
we do have our total donation count down there right now. We are up to $396 already, which is insane, and we're just getting started here. So let me. Oh, now even more. Okay, that'll update in a second. So we got Wheels donated 100. Thank you so much, Wheels. Appreciate you, dog. Chili Dog Chili Hog donated $4.20.
69
$4.20 to be clear.
Still appreciate
Not
it.
microwave safe again donated 6.66. Said presentations are mad underrated as a medium. Shout out y'all. Well, there's your problem and
Make
Bob
sure this works.
Best.
It does.
I don't fully understand what all that means, but thank you so much for donating.
Those are words.
Thanks everyone who's followed as well. We're gonna go ahead and get everything reset here.
Do I need my penalty drink at the ready?
I have it.
Cool.
I'll be over there.
Can
I
somebody
have 69 slides, so.
can somebody make a note that Abby got 59?
Hell yeah.
That was your
I'll
final score.
write it down, but
That's
Yeah,
I
we
can
have
get
we have the stationer.
I don't know where you put it.
I don't know if they can
I
hear
would,
me yet.
if you could find it, that would work.
Sorry, I pressed the menu. I got it.
I will be exclusively asking for
59
peg
points?
champs.
Only peg champs for Kuba.
Only peg champs.
59. I will say, sorry, I did see a message in the chat about doing a presentation ranking each Disney villain by how much of a furry they are. Would be fascinating about that topic.
Yeah, very
Do
interesting.
we want to do that? Yeah. Abby's time was.
Scar's not a furry. Scar's an animal.
Okay.
As long as we don't bring up Kovu, because he's in that gray area where I just don't want to like classify. it.
Absolutely. But that's not what we're ranking. We're ranking
I think
how
we're getting,
furry is each. And if you. Who's my number one furry?
Kuba's presentation now.
The rat from Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, hey!
Basil, Radigan, and Basil.
Robin Hood's up there.
All right.
I
I
think
think it looks like most of the label things are starting to.
Mostly's a
themselves.
wannabe
I'm sorry
furry.
if it didn't include some of the earlier ones. I might not be able to go back and retroactively do that, but I'll take another look at it.
I
in
feel like
just
that's
a
the
moment.
friend that goes to the
Hey,
furry convention.
hey,
You get to talk in a second.
hey! Your time will come. In just a moment, when I introduce a dear
they're so
friend
loud.
of mine,
They're
if
so
you've
loud.
tuned into the
I got my
Coffeebreath
data.
show before, you'll know their face. An individual who needs no introduction for this audience, but I'm going to give them one anyway. A four-time champion of...
Two-time national speech and debate champion, two-time national speech and debate champion coach, one-time EVO top 3 champion coach.
You guys heard that, I hope.
ADS, impromptu, IPDA. I did Parley once.
Yeah, sure. Kuba's won a bunch of awards for being a speech and debate person, and also for being a
Fuck yeah.
professional fighting game coach.
If they don't win,
So if they don't win, it's a fucking embarrassment.
Yeah.
That's how I'm about to put it.
I'm gonna get out of here because I have to be the drinks.
No, don't worry, Dan. Anytime I picked my own topics, I always lost because they were too weird and avant-garde. And you're gonna see exactly fucking why.
Oh, we're about to see it in
I think
just
we're
a
ready.
second. Hold on, let me cut over to this and make sure that okay, that is all working there.
I did not know there were speaker notes, and that would have been very helpful.
That is insane. All right.
No, I'm just really good at lying.
I'm going to reset the timer here. And Kuba, give me the
If
signal.
my appearance isn't red flagged, my personality is.
Kuba, give me the signal when you are ready to start.
Kuba.
Kuba,
I'm getting in the zone. I'm getting in the zone. I'm getting in the zone. You told me to give you a signal.
Okay, here it is.
Miles, you are in front of the camera!
In front of the camera.
You are the AT&T people. Hello, everybody. My name is Kuba. My pronouns are they, them. How's everybody doing tonight? Screaming and clapping are not emotions. You're the only one to actually answer my question, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know, this is a Kuba's Cool Slideshow, a Kuba Corp production. And you can see all of this is moving right here, except for Jesus. And you know why? Because this is a rotating GIF of Jesus. And I stopped it because Jesus would never turn his back on you. So today we're going to be moving on to our actual topic, and that is, why do people that are lactose intolerant choose to poop themselves instead of simply respecting what their body asks of them? And that is our topic today. Can I get a show of hands for those of you who are lactose intolerant?
Yep, that's me.
We have a great... I do love the little half...
I'm a vegan, but I'm also
Back in
I
the...
don't participate.
And then how many of you know a lactose intolerant person? I hope all of you, now that you're here.
I'm right here.
So, we're going to be taking a deep dive into why people that are lactose intolerant, because we've all heard one of these people go, hey, you know what, it's fine. I'll just shit myself later. It'll be great. And then it never is great, because eventually you hang out with them a little too long, because usually you're out drinking, and then they start farting, and you're like, yeah, you warned me. That's how it's going. So, it's a case study breakdown to get to the poop, the whole poop, and nothing but the poop. A breakdown of our points. What exactly is lactose intolerance and lactose? Second, why should we care what this is? Third, the father of lactose and what this means for these poor people that he did to them. Fourth, how scientists have played God to actively fight against our natural bodies. And five, the conclusion. Now, I know we have some rules for this PowerPoint, but my PowerPoint has some sub-rules. One, rules of the presentation. At no point is anyone to say the words big mommy milkers. No one is allowed to say that. I'm giving you time to get it all out now.
Big mommy milkers.
There you go. Yes, Dan, this means you. Seriously, Dan, this means you.
Did I ask?
Miles, I'm looking at you as well.
I wouldn't have done that. I respect you too much.
I appreciate that. No eating in the theater. You can. This is just kind of like a filler rule. You can do whatever you want. Fire exits are clearly marked. You either go over the railing because we're millennials and we just want it over with, or you go out the door. And then seriously, Luke, I swear to God, if you fucking say big mommy milkers, I will kick your shit in. I don't know what that means. Exactly. You can delete this. Fuck. All right. What is lactose/lactose intolerance? Lactose is a sugar found in milk that is a large amount of the human population cannot digest. This leads to bloating, gas, cramps, and intestinal issues. Very, very common issues with this. Why is this important? Well, because when people with lactose intolerant drink milk, it leads to sickness and embarrassment. This was in the template that I found, and I couldn't bring myself to delete it. 86% of the population has some sort of lactose intolerance. 68. I am 2 mommy milkers in, and I'm allowed to say that because I didn't follow it with the word big. If there's anything that a white, cis-passing, straight-passing person can do, it's skirt around the rules.
You said followed instead of predicate.
I also made that comment.
It's funny when you say it, it's upsetting when they say it. So thank you, why? And 67%...
Drink.
Oh, it's time.
Kuba, you must unfortunately drink.
Closer to the podium.
We should get a big buzzer. I should have brought my nut button.
All right, and 67% of the population chooses to poop themselves. This is a fact. This is not a fact. So, where is milk hidden for these lactose people? It's hidden literally everywhere. 20% of all food products have some sort of milk or milk byproduct in it. And it's always the best 20%. It's literally the best 20%. So who's this pervert?
That's my husband.
No, I pointed over here. He's beautiful.
I don't know who this
I will steal him if you aren't looking, all right? I will kiss him on the mouth so hard he wakes up in a cold sweat for months. All right? This is Louis Pasteur, who invented the act of pasteurization. Because when Louis Pasteur saw white liquid coming out of a cow's teeth, he said, this stuff coming out of the cow looked kind of bussin'. Louis Pasteur, probably.
Second drink.
5 minutes, take your second drink.
How many slides are there?
69 slides.
Timer's on.
Positives of Louis's work. 1, led to millions leads to the invention of formula saving millions of infant lives. Who cares? Cheese! Fuck yeah, ice cream! And also, like, figured out fermentation, so, like, kombucha or some shit. Alright, negatives. Bro, it doesn't work. Like, seriously? It does not work. Most people are still lactose intolerant. Alright? Children are a mistake, and we should not ever, ever want them. Okay. The dairy industry is progressing climate change by millions of units of CO2 per year. That's not something to be excited about. And seriously, children are a complete mistake.
Kuba, drink number 3, please.
Oh my God. Be safe. Be kind to yourself.
I'm a tank. We're fine. I drank a whole thing of this by myself when Dan told me to. Alright, symptoms of lactose intolerant. My friend who's a doctor, I consulted with this, and the first thing he wanted me to bring up was anal itching. I don't know why he asked me to bring this up. I did not put it in the slideshow for all of you, but you are here and must experience those words with me.
I think I also experienced it.
You are a great back and forth for this. Alright, belly cramps, pain, nausea, bloating, gas, all of those things. Alright? So in general, if you're lactose intolerant, you consume lactose, it's the same as basically like being on your period. It's awful, it's terrible, nobody wants it, and people just decide to fucking do it.
And how would you know about this?
From secondhand fucking accounts and what people have told me.
That's a great reason, thank you.
There you go. Whoa! Then why do lactose intolerant people constantly say, I'll just suffer? Well, because there's a lot of different answers. One is Lactaid, which according to Lactaid themselves is effective 20% of the time.
Shit!
That explains a lot.
It's only fully effective 20% of the time. Got you.
I like those odds.
Kuba's third drink of the night. Third drink coming in hot.
Second is lactose-free milk, which still fucking has milk in it. 80% of the time, lactose-free milk still has milk in it. And dairy-free diets, which fuck that. All right. Most people, oat milk and almond milk are fire. All right. You fucking feel me. And I found out like 2 days ago on accident that they make almond milk ice cream, and it's actually pretty busted. That's just kind of fire. But most people just ignore it and like deny and like fuck it and just poop themselves. Which leads them to really embarrassing scenarios with their significant others, like this. Here's
What? Bitch, what?
This is you two being out on a nice beach vacation, and you had a log of cheese earlier, and Kathy is unamused as you shit yourself to death.
Yeah. You know what, Kuba? Take a drink for that.
Absolutely. You know if I drink too many of these, I've been sleeping in your closet.
Holy shit. Ben, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate you, Ben.
Thank you.
So let's review everything we've learned so far. Most people are lactose intolerant. There is no cure. There is no treatment. And there's no fucking way to avoid it. There's so much optimism. So what is the core point I'm trying to make on why people that are lactose intolerant just put up with it? And that is that ice cream is just fucking worth it. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? It's totally worth it. Pooping yourself? I mean, have you tried Ben & Jerry's? They deadass just take random stuff. Wow, they're really just going. Like, they take Ben & Jerry's ice cream and they just make, like, 2 separate flavors with a strip of fudge down the middle. Like, you can now separate it and there's no end to this shit ever, alright? It's just gonna keep going and going and they keep making new flavors, alright? You just want to take all of that ice cream and take as many flavors as you want.
Kuba,
over and over.
Big Mommy Milkers!
Sorry, I fucked up, but you have to take another drink.
We broke his rules.
What's
Their
the
rules.
best Ben and Jerry's
They can
flavor?
break ours.
My next, this is actually the 68th slide, because I would like to announce my next presentation, how all music begins and ends with 2000's The Digimon the Movie soundtrack. Check me out next time on Coffeebreath Sessions, and if you want to vote for me, do not put Pog Champ. I don't care about your awards. Put Peg Champ, because this was pretty peggers. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Kuba, on your almost 10-minute long performance.
Speech and debate might leave the person, but the person never leaves speech and debate.
Pogs was 57. 50.
What?
57. What? I got it.
And I mean that in a completely platonic way.
All right.
That was amazing.
You probably are. You probably don't realize it.
Everyone is going to present, just so you know. Just don't go further right than this tape on the ground. There's a mark here, so you don't fling yourself out of frame. But I appreciate the effort.
That's all I care. I don't give a shit about the match.
Okay, chat. Thanks for being here with us. That was incredible. That was a fucking journey.
That was a journey. I will tell everyone again. I saw the first slide of everyone's presentation, so no further past that. So I saw that first slide that had so many elements it could not load, and I was like, yeah, this seems like a great presentation to have in like the first couple batch, not knowing what to expect at all. So thank you so much.
I definitely told you I was going to do a completely different topic. Like,
well, there wasn't a topic on the first slide, but the graphic design overwhelmed me, and I felt so impressed. I was like, yeah, this has to be in the first slide.
yeah, as I was getting in my car and you were like, this is the energy we want to start with, I was like, that's a very, very strange choice.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
Also, was that a custom template, or did you like graphic design?
No, that was a template I found online. That's why it had cool, awesome words in the middle of it.
Nice.
All right, a couple of quick shout-outs before we move on to the next one. First of all, shout out to the chat for being here and for voting with your Pog Champs. As a reminder, this is an interactive presentation party. You choose the winner by typing Pog Champ in the chat at any time when someone is presenting to award them a single point. Whoever has the most points at the end of the night is going to be the winner. There's a number of other awards as well, and we'll get to those later on in our award ceremony. But for now, we're going to start getting through some of the rest of these. Just want to shout out a couple things. Crit with the 5.69 said hee. Thank you so much for that. And we got 5 gifted subs from Ben Goddard. Thank you so much, Ben. Really appreciate it.
Ben, you absolute cutie. Thank you so much.
And I see Censored Cadenza for the sub. Thank you as well.
Thanks, Haley.
I see a bunch of follows. Thank you guys for all that. Really means a lot. And just want to remind y'all that not only is this an interactive presentation party tonight, but it's also a charity fundraiser. We are raising, we're about to hit 150 viewers. Actually, just kidding, it went back down. Sorry, guys. We're at 127 now. That's pretty fucking good.
We'll do better.
That's still pretty fucking good.
Tonight's fundraiser is for United Way of Greater Los Angeles. They're helping provide shelter, food, other kinds of assistance for low-income and unhoused people in the LA community. That's where we're based. We want to give back a little bit. Based? And red pill?
I can't tell Myles to shut up. Too much.
There's a few different ways to donate here on the screen. bit.ly/coffeebreath-presentation. Type !donate in the chat. Links also down in the description, or scan that QR code with your phone. I'll leave this up for just half of a second. And just as a reminder, if we get to $1,000 tonight, Michal will be re-performing for the first time ever on camera her original presentation that started this whole meme thing of doing PowerPoint presentations at parties a few years back. Never been done before. The morality of Sonic the Hedgehog. It'll be the first time it's ever performed on camera. If we get to $1,000, and we're about halfway there right now, which is fucking awesome.
Thank you so
thank
much
you guys
to
so
everyone
much.
who's watching and donating.
And now is a great time for me to show this as well. I have something I haven't showed you guys yet, but just a quick announcement that some of you may know. We do have a merch store. Oh, Mitch, thank you for the sub. I know you're right over there, but thank you for the sub. Just so you know, we do have a merch store. We have for a long time now, but every now and then we do a big stream like this. Hey, audience, can you tone it down a bit? Audience?
Hey,
audience. Thank you. Just give me 1 second. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jenny Lynn Lawson just gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much, Jenny Lynn Lawson. Really appreciate you. Thank you for helping us raise some money for a good cause. We do have a merch store. And I'll go ahead and preface what I'm about to say with, if you purchase this, it does not go to charity. It helps us out. It helps us build up this stream, because the way that the money comes in, it's very different, and I can't actually like calculate it in the same way. But when we do a big event like this, I like to do a new T-shirt for it, because I can just pump them out. I'm an artist. I can just pump these bad boys out. And I put together one that I think you guys in the chat will be really interested in seeing, and here it is. This is the Put McCall in the Ball. For a limited time only, there are 2 variations of this T-shirt. One with a big ass Michal with a little ball there, and then one that's just smaller if you want a more subtle look. Both of these are available on coffeebreathmerch.com. You can buy this shirt or anything on that website for 10% off if you use the promo code SESSIONS for tonight and the next couple days. So if you like that, type exchange point merch in the chat. Link is also down in the description. If you guys don't know, my dear friend Michal here is a playable character in Super Monkey Ball.
I am a playable character in Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Out October 5th. I think October 1st if you pre-order now to get my character as part of the pre-order bonus. That being said, I did not sign a release for that merch.
And you know who else didn't? Sega of America. And so this shirt is going to be a limited time item.
Can I get a free one?
I'm politely asking all of the Sega employees in the room to close their ears for this one.
I do love how every week you break the law, and your way of skirting around it is just like, we're only selling a couple of them.
The thing
Yeah,
that,
you
like,
can have a little law breaking as a treat.
that's true. It is important to mention that, like, I am in Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania out October 5th, so I don't know, no wrongdoing as far as I'm concerned.
And you know who else hasn't done any wrong? Plus Greg in the chat who subscribed, and also, yeah, I think that's it. All right, we've got to introduce the next guest. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time, but let's bring him in now. Wait, who
This is my pal Charlie. We met a couple times at our friends' Sonic Direct and Nintendo Direct viewings.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello,
Hell yeah, Charlie!
We are very excited to have Charlie here presenting about something incredibly important and personal and fantastic, I'm sure.
Okay, Charlie, I'm going to send it to you now. Give me the signal, Charlie, when you are ready to start.
Yeah, how's this go? Like that? Okay. Hey, America's hat. Observation of cultural distinctions. An observation of cultural distinctions between Canada and the United States of America by... Canada is the northern neighbor of the U.S. In 2019, I got a visa to be here, and I'm here to show you my recorded observations. Bring them in a manner so like you can know how many differences brought us closer together to what we call North America. Apologies to Mexico. Big difference number 1. Sometimes our milk is in bags, depending on where you go.
Sorry, how do you say that?
Our milk in bags.
Bags?
Bags. Yes.
Don't mock him!
It's more like bags.
In the 70s, we moved from imperial to metric, the better one. And these milk bladders really took off.
So, if you use it once, how do you save it for later? Do you keep the straw in the fridge?
You don't.
That's me!
Sometimes we spell a word with you in it. I don't know, some leftover British thing, I guess. And the real reason I'm here today is that I haven't had poutine in 2 years and it's getting desperate! I've got it bad, y'all. I can bring up a picture of the Wikipedia page like some asshole, but you know what it is, right?
No.
Yeah.
Fries, cheese curds, gravy. That's it. But that's not it. That's not even how it's pronounced. It's not pronounced poutine. It's French, so of course it's poutine. But like nobody actually fucking says that unless you're from Quebec. Like, but that's the Quebecois. They're known to do that. It's a mess. It's actually that's what that means. Some guy ordered it in a bag. He's like, I want cheese curds and fries in the same fucking bag. And the guy was like, ça va faire multi poutine, which means directly translates to, it'll make a big mess, you idiot, you absolute trash man. Here's your garbage fries. But then he took it and he said it's mine now, and now it's like one of 3 things people know about Canada other than our milk bladders and our Monopoly funny money. Due to specific worldwide events, I have not been able to have any in 2 years. And I know some guy out here is going to be like, oh, but this dive bar over here has it. And it's like, it's not the same. I can't trust you guys if you call this fucking poutine. Okay? Poutine is like the 3 main things, and I'm going to tell you what they are, like, based on essentiality. And number 1, gravy. This wasn't even added till later. They decided, like, oh, I'm going to put it in here to keep it fucking warm in the winter. And honestly, galaxy brain. Like, there is nothing better than walking through, like, 20 feet of fucking Toronto slush in minus 20 degrees, which is, like, minus 4 for you guys. While, like, the buses, like, are sliding down fucking hills because the roads are also frozen over. And then you walk into your shitty fucking apartment, you peel off 30 layers of clothes, you open up that shitty little box, and all of a sudden a wave of steam hits your like pink cheeks right in the face. It's a sensory overload, and the only way to eat it is at 3 a.m. toasted out of your fucking mind. Now the kind of gravy isn't like too specific either. Like usually it's like a chicken gravy with like pepper, a little tangy, or for veggie gang, mushroom is always really good too. If you don't want animal bone bath water, honestly, respect. Fries. These are both like hyper don't matter, but also matter at the same time because you can get it anywhere in Canada. You can get it Wendy's, Burger King, A&W, which is everywhere. McDonald's, fucking pizza. Oh yeah, pizza. Is not the thing that the Little Caesars guy says. It's a chain because pizza was there first. So he doesn't say pizza. He says something else. You want to hear some like weird Mandela effect shit? Will it play?
Take a hot and ready Canadian for a rip today. Hot and ready.
That is not what he says. I thought you would enjoy that.
Charlie,
I live that.
It's drink time.
Okay.
The timer's paused. Take your drink.
All right.
Go for it.
Okay, so the fries, they're usually like medium thickness. You want something like not too thin. That's not going to turn like noodle soup. You want it to be like a little crispy, like from a chip truck. You want it to absorb some of that gravy. If you do tater tots or waffle fries, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Curds. Okay, I gotta go back to my notes on this one because I had a very specific rant about this. If you have had these previous 2 components, fries and gravy, with any other cheese than a cheese curd, you have not had poutine. You have had fries also with cheese and gravy. The biggest faux pas you could ever make is call it poutine and serve it with cheddar cheese. Why is the curd so important? Because that little squeaky little thick boy, the gravy melts just the outside and not the inside, keeping structural integrity, but also making sure you get a sweet-ass cheese pull on the outside. What happens when you add shredded cheese? You get cement. Liquid fucking cement. It's glue. It's nothing. I mean, either way, you're not winning because like you're consuming 2,000 calories and 80 grams of fat and enough sodium to like compose a goddamn body. But do yourself a favor. Just curd it. I'm almost done, I swear. So now, I can assure you, if you think you've had poutine, you haven't. If you haven't had the proper combination of ingredients, it's not poutine. If you're not half frozen, completely toasted out of your mind, you haven't had poutine. You haven't, if you haven't waited an hour to eat it after bringing it home and it's going to be thicker than a loaf of meatloaf, you've done a poutine. But what if you could have poutine? That's right, you hosers, I've done it. I created a recreatable poutine in California. The combination is mushroom gravy. Shout out to Veggie Gang. Fries. 5 Guys fries. Closest you get to a chip truck. To a goddamn chip truck without going to a state fucking fair. Cheese. Curds. From Target! Motherfucking Target! I drove around for 3 hours! Ralph's? No. Trader Joe's? No. Fucking bougie-ass Whole Foods? You're on notice. Target. The same place I bought sandals and a fucking folding chair. I got my cheese curds. Shout out to Target. Next time.
Hey, Charlie, your next drink.
I will drink this one because I'm still driving.
I poured that one.
Ooh, I will do this one. Thank you. Next time, how... A Canadian invented Hawaiian pizza. You're sorry / we're welcome.
What's that really good food place in Quebec?
Smokes? No. You guys had one, and it closed 2 months before I moved here.
Why did you make it close?
immigrant stuff, I'm sure.
All right.
That's fair.
Great stuff, Charlie. Thank you so much for that wonderful lesson.
I'm from Toronto, so I don't know specifically, but like my girlfriend.
That's fine. I have plenty of time to read donations. Guys, Liz, friend of the show, is a friend of the show, person on the show. She's here every week. You know her, you love her. She has an emote in the chat.
Bro, Liz Nation.
Hold on. This is important for the room. Charlie brought poutine for everyone.
Oh, shit!
You're actually the fucking goat. Oh my god.
We're eating poutine, baby. Thank you, Charlie, for the poutine.
As a fellow beer eater.
Chat, I'm deeply sorry that none of you will be eating this poutine.
But you now have the recipe to recreate it as long as you live near a Target, which you likely do.
True, and you know what else is a wonderful recipe? Us raising money for charity. And we've raised a bit more since that presentation started. I want to shout out Mage Buns for gifting a sub. Thank you, Mage Buns. Has been in here a few times. Thank you so much for joining us again tonight. Always appreciate you and your support of this channel. And I'll read off a few donations that I got as well. I got a few donations as well. Hey, audience, chill out for 1 second, please. Thank you.
Also, hey, Kuba. As a general note to the group, the usual loud. Oh wow, thank you. Do I have to put? Oh, it's already on. The usual loudness is apparently too loud for our mics. So if we know as like a rule to have like a lower volume in general, I think that works.
Miles, can you pass on the message? Miles got it.
Miles is passing this on.
Can you pass on the message to people in there?
Just open up my room.
That's a great idea. Thank you for that. All right, great. And let me read off some donations while Liz gets ready for her presentation. She's putting on a costume.
I'm really excited about Liz's presentation personally. It involves a topic I care a lot about. I've been emotionally invested in.
Yeah.
I'm also a little bit scared because I don't know which images she chose for it.
I'm really excited for this one as well. If you guys have been following us for a while, you'll know that we're really big fans of a certain TV movie musical that's also a TV movie series musical. And you might be hearing a little bit about that in just a second, but before then, I want to shout out Super Nintendo 64 for donating $25, saying, "This is the ultimate. Thanks for letting us watch these awesome, wacky presentations. Thank you, Super Nintendo, for being here."
Message.
That's a great message. Thank you for being here. I wish some of you would have some fucking class with your messages. And another 6.66 from Not Microwave Safe said metric superiority. Thank you so much for your continued donations here.
Feel free to spam a Canada flag in the chat in support of Charlie's presentation as well.
Yep. And while Liz gets set up, just want to remind you guys of the rules here tonight in case you're just joining us. This is a PowerPoint presentation party, and here's how it's going to work. So everybody here is giving a 4-minute presentation on a topic of their choice. If their presentation exceeds 4 minutes at any point, they will take a drinking penalty once per minute for every minute that they exceed. You guys in the chat will decide the winners by typing PogChamp. Dropping a Pog in the chat while someone is presenting. Every time you do, it awards them 1 PogChamp point, and whoever has the most of those at the end gets the Chatter's Choice Award, our coveted prize tonight. There's a few other bonus awards as well that we'll get to at the end of the night. But before then, I just want to let you know that my name's Daniel J. Collette, and thanks for being here. You may not have tuned into my stream before. I do a bunch of weird shit here on this channel called twitch.tv/coffeebreath. Every week I have a show, every Sunday night. It's called the Coffeebreath Show. Here is the promotion image for that. My friends and I hang out here at this bar. We get up to no good, cause some mud, start some ruckus. You know how it goes. If you like what we're doing here, you might want to tune into our weekly show, Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific on this channel. Hit us with a follow there. Or subscribe to our YouTube, !YouTube in the chat to get the VODs there. And you can join us anytime on this channel for that show, and also what you're watching right now is Coffee Breath Sessions, which is a series of live competitive events that I run out of my apartment once a month that are always fundraisers for charity. And tonight we are raising money, if you haven't heard, for United Way of Greater Los Angeles. They're a charity that helps out low-income and unhoused people in the LA community. If that sounds like something you want to help us raise money for, go ahead and use any of those methods on the screen there. From that link type !donate, scan that QR code, or give subs and bits, but just know that Jeff Bezos gets half of those. So your money goes the furthest if you use the direct donation link on Tiltify. Any of those methods will get you there. And thanks so much to everyone who supported already. We're at $457 because we just got $17 from Mystery Who. Said, this is funny, have some money for a good cause. Thank you so much, Mystery Who.
Thank you.
We're at $457. This will update in just a second, which is halfway towards our goal of $1,000. If we reach that goal, Michal here, who you probably know already, is a notorious PowerPoint presenter, famous for it on the internet. And her original presentation that started this whole trend of doing presentation parties has never been done on camera before, ever. Until tonight, if we get to $1,000 donations, she will perform that charity for the first. She will perform that presentation for the first time ever.
I will talk a lot about Shoutout the Hedgehog, and you will listen.
Thank you so much for everyone who's also in the chat letting us know about audio and stuff. We've got an insane setup here tonight if that wasn't clear, of all different kinds of cameras and audio sources, so I'm doing my best to mix it live, but I really appreciate everyone in there who's letting me know when I fuck up, because you guys keep me honest, and I appreciate y'all. Alright, without further ado, she really doesn't need an introduction if you've ever been to twitch.tv/coffeebreath before. An eternal member of the crew, a producer who's helped me do everything here, a talented individual who owns the ugliest cats who have ever been born, and
they're adorable.
And she's one of the world's biggest fans of a certain musical that you'll be hearing about in just a second. When I cut over to her, you know her well. Let me see some Liz Nations in the chat from the subscribers. Liz Nation, here she is, the one and only Liz.
Woo! Woo! Is my microphone on?
1 second. It is on now.
Incredible.
And
all right.
I'm resetting everything. Let me reset this. Reset the count. And Liz, let me know when you're ready.
I just want to preface this with I do not usually dress like this, but it needed to be era appropriate. So I have the crop denim, the Camp Rock tee. I am layering a skirt over purple jeans, and I have denim knockoff Converse. Yeah. Only Payless Shoe Source, please. All right. I am ready to go.
Take it away, Liz.
This is my presentation entitled We Are All in This Together Except for You, Tim Federle, aka Why I Should Be the Showrunner for High School Musical, the series. So, quick explainer of High School Musical, the series, for any of these uncultured individuals around me. Also, it will be filled with spoilers. I'm so sorry, but also you can predict the entire plot, so it's fine. A brief interlude. I will not be explaining the plots of the High School Musical films. If you have not seen them, this presentation is not for you, and we will just not be speaking for the rest of the night. I'm so sorry. Another brief interlude. Unfortunately, this is relevant to the presentation, and if it's not clear from everything about me, I did theater tech in high school. Yeah! So I would like to, because I have a time constraint, I would like to give everyone 5 seconds to laugh at me for it. Thank you, Myles. Moving on. All right, back to the point. Quick plot summary. Season 1 of High School Musical, the musical series, is one of the greatest pieces of media ever made. Basically, set in East High, like the actual high school where High School Musical, like, theoretically took place, a new and very unhinged drama teacher comes to town, and finally, the East High Drama Club is going to perform High School Musical like they somehow never have before. So, basically, leads Nene and Ricky, they break up at the start of the show. Ricky suggests that they take a break after she tells him that she loves him, which is a very stupid move. So she immediately starts dating someone at theater camp. Who also goes to East High, EJ, very important. They try out in efforts, they want to get Troy and Gabriella, and then Ricky, despite hating musicals, has regretted his mistake so badly that he sprints in there and he performs terribly, but apparently he has a lot of heart, and also Miss Jen, the drama teacher, fucking loves the drama of it all, and so she casts him as Troy to Nene's Gabriella, with poor EJ taking the role of Chad. Yes, she loves the drama. It is real emotion that she's going for. And basically the rest of the drama club gets cast. It becomes a lovable band of misfits. We get the found family trope that we all love. There are hijinks. Importantly, Nene and EJ break up about halfway through the season. And then at the end, our Troy and Gabriella get back together. Of course. Every twist and turn of the first season is insane in like a classic DCOM way. And it celebrates all of our collective love for High School Musical. It's campy to the extreme in like a genuine way. And I can't say anything bad about it. And there's so much that I could talk about the first season, but I simply cannot drink that much. So, brief, important things. Every character is perfect except for Ricky. They are all insane, and that's okay. We don't claim him, and that's fine. The one-liners in this season are actually insane. Listen, I only have Disney Plus on my TV. Thank you, Michelle. So I had to take photos of the screen with my phone because I couldn't find the screen cap. But she says my mother bounced back from an autopsy, which is a fucking psychotic thing to say. Also important to note that Carlos, our student choreographer, literally introduces himself instantly as the school's resident High School Musical historian, and that is incredibly relatable. They have respect for the original text. There are so many HSM songs, and the characters use them to express their complicated feelings towards each other, which is an essential trait of the High School Musical, like, as a genre. It acknowledges, like, how important rehearsal is to drama nerds, because that's, like, the part of your day where you go hang out with all the other fucking weirdos that understand you, and, like, the main leads, like, reunite on the pivotal moment when breaking free happens in the musical on opening night, and they just, like, lean into the camp, and it's just everything that the audience wanted out of a High School Musical show. It's truly the found family trope that we all love in media, and that we all had in high school theater, because that's the only thing I can relate to. It is a very loving ode to being a weird teen who loves High School Musical. Also, the insane Lucas Grabeel cameo just, like, sent me to another dimension for 6 to 8 weeks.
Take a drink.
Punishment.
Excellent.
Drink time, baby.
When they pitched this show to me, they wouldn't stop talking about that reveal.
It's so good. Also, incredibly important, so there's not a single screen cap of High School Musical the Choosical from the show on the internet, so you get the second best High School Musical board game in existence, which is High School Musical 3 Mystery Date. But, like, there's a whole Thanksgiving episode where they're all hanging out and they're playing this insane, like, giant board game that one of the characters, like, made as a child about High School Musical, which is just truly the greatest thing that has ever been done, and I would play this as a teen, I would play this now. So, I also need to take a minute to talk about Big Red, who is pure theater tech representation because he was dragged in against his will. He's incredibly fucking weird, and then suddenly becomes like a sage of the lighting board. It's just like incredible. He just knocks it out of the park. Also, he literally says, "Did I just join a cult?" Which is true. High school theater is a cult. We started one. It does happen. So, this all is the greatest season of television ever made, and so of course we're also excited to see what season 2 would offer us. Luke isn't pausing my timer, apparently.
I'm pausing it, don't worry.
It's fine. So, which brings us to the greatest disappointment of my life. Not this, actually, because we don't have time for this. So we are moving on to High School Musical, the musical series, season fucking 2, which is where it all falls apart. So, it's hard to keep this brief because this season is incomprehensible, but also at the same time, it doesn't matter. Really, all you need to know is that they were going to do High School Musical 2. They teased it. They were ready for it. And then everyone goes crazy, and the theater teacher's like former lover like comes back and teaches at the rival high school, and they're doing the Mankey Awards, so they have to do an Alan Menken musical, so they do Beauty and the Beast after they tease us with High School Musical 2. Cruel and fucking unusual. Literally none of the season makes sense. There's some especially bad points that I would just simply I need to touch on ways I would improve. Nene and Ricky get back together at the end of first season, and then they're only fun, they're only good when they are broken up. Otherwise, I hate both of them, and they break up way too late into season 2, and it drives me crazy.
Can we make an award for best shot placement?
Thank you. There is an entire episode where they learn to do improv, and nobody needed that. There's also an episode that takes place over spring break that is all Zoom calls, and definitely nobody needed that. Every relationship except for Big Red and Ashlyn and Gina and EJ is completely useless and unnecessary. Nobody needs any of the other ones. There's this weird blonde villain girl. They were trying to do like a Sharpay thing, and it did not work because she doesn't matter and you don't care about her at all because she doesn't go to the school. She goes to the rival school, and she's just like, she's there. She's just there to like seduce Ricky, and like no one wants to see that. It's horrifying. Anyway. Another key point of something I would change in the second season is there's a special effect that failed where they were trying to raise the beast into the air. Ricky playing the beast. Ricky playing the beast goes into the air. It's like a big moment where they all come together, and then the thing breaks and he falls, and they cut the episode, and you have to wait for next week. And what should have happened is he should have fucking died. They should have fucking killed Ricky because he doesn't mean anything to the show. He's useless, he's pointless, nobody likes Ricky. The show would be so much better if he wasn't there. But at the minimum, because it's a Disney show, they probably can't kill him. What should have happened was he should have gotten stuck hospitalized, been unable to perform as the Beast, and Olivia Rodrigo, who does not have a part due to a stupid plot line earlier in the season that I didn't have time for, should have played the Beast. She has the range, she could have done it. Another one, the stupid fucking Mankey Awards. They ruined the entire season from the get-go by not doing High School Musical 2, which is the only reason that we were watching this is for High School Musical songs, and nobody wants Beauty and the Beast songs because they don't have anything to do with their feelings. They're not, like, showing the high school emotions. Like, nobody cares. No one wants it. So, at the end, they literally just, like, give up on wanting to win the Mankey Awards. Literally, like, they get their little letter inviting them to the awards, and they're like, we don't want to know whether or not we got in. They fucking rip it up, which just destroys the entire thing that ruined this whole second season. So they should have just, A, not done it in the first place, or B, at least when they fucking decided that they weren't going to do the Mankey Awards, they should have just said, you know what? We're not gonna even bother putting on this whole Beauty and the Beast thing. We're just gonna go in and we're just gonna do High School Musical 2. Because they know it. They know it like the back of their hands. Like every single person in this room, I assume, knows High School Musical 2. It's awful and it's terrible. Oh, I fucked up this slide. It's fine. They should have just done High School Musical 2. Yeah. In conclusion, bad, very bad. The minimum, so they ended this, I forgot this slide. They ended this season with a teaser. It's going, the next season, season 3, will be over the summer. Big Red his parents have like a pizza shop. And my God, if they don't fucking just recreate the plot of High School Musical 2 with all of them working at Big Red's pizza shop, then I have no reason to live. So in conclusion, Tim Federle, the showrunner, is my nemesis. I will defeat him in hand-to-hand combat. I will take my place as the rightful showrunner of H7TMTS, and I will return it to its former glory. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Liz, for breaking the record of Pog Champs tonight. She hit 104. 104 on the Pog Meter. That's pretty peggers.
I'm really sweaty because I'm wearing 7 layers.
Oh, it is so hot in here.
I want to know if you found a
Hey, Laser, you're up next if you'd like to start preparing. I want to keep this moving a little bit faster, so go ahead and get yourself ready. And before we head on over to Laser's presentation, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Oh, nice, Liz. Break some shit while you're at it.
I will share some personal lore. Liz is the person I've known the longest in this room because we did high school theater together.
Thank you.
Not to out
I'm so
myself.
sweaty.
Unfortunately, I was tech director at our high school theater program. And
Excellent. I am very excited.
So truly our best times this year were just the hope we felt wanting to watch High School Musical, the series season 2, and then the disappointment we had to bear together when it Liz just outlined it, why it did not live up to our expectations.
Look, I want to make it very clear how passionate all of the people that are
We are really passionate about High School Musical, the series.
3 episodes. I've watched 2 with them and the pilot, and I know the entire plot of the series.
Fuck yeah. I'm going to read off some donations real quick because I want to keep this moving. But we did get a few during that one. I want to give a thank you to Plus Greg for the $12.82. They said, gotta get it up to $569.69. We're not there yet, but hopefully soon. Ricky donated $6.66 and said, Liz, why?
Stay nice.
Anonymous donated $30. Thank you so much for that. And Moira just donated $100 and said, hey! Thank you so much, Moira.
I love you so much.
Hedgehog!
Really appreciate you guys. We are currently at $607. As a reminder, if we get to 1,000 tonight, Michal will do the first ever recorded performance of her original PowerPoint presentation, The Morality of Shoutout the Hedgehog. And one last thing before Laser gets started, just want to remind y'all, you might be here because you're a fan of her, and so we do have a t-shirt available
I keep forgetting.
in the store.
Why would you make this?
Put McCall in the ball! This t-shirt is available for a limited time only because the employees of Sega who are here in my apartment tonight might be a little bit unhappy with it, but It's not their decision to make, it's mine.
Pretend you do not see it.
Pretend you do not see it, just go ahead and purchase it. Just to be totally transparent, this money does not contribute to the charity. This helps out us as a channel. So no pressure to do this, but you know, thought people might like this ball shirt, and you can get 10% off this shirt or anything else in our store by typing promo code SESSIONS in when you're checking out. Promo code SESSIONS will get 10% off anything there. Exclamation point merch in the chat, or click the link down below. And without further ado, I'm going to throw it over to my co-host Michelle, who can introduce Laser.
Because I know Laser. Laser rules. We actually met because our mutual friend Myles was doing a similar PowerPoint presentation bit for New York Comic Con, and we bonded because we didn't know who to talk to at the bar, and then we just started talking about our favorite cat pictures, and then I met Marzipan, Laser's cat, and we all bonded over this really crazy picture of the buff cat that was just unreasonably swole. Laser rules. They're in this music duo called the Double Clicks. If you're familiar with their work, they are awesome, and Laser's presentation will be equally awesome.
And without further ado, I'm going to reset all of our timers. Chat, as a reminder, whenever you hear something you like, drop a Pog champ in the chat. And that awards the presenter 1 point. Whoever has the most of those points at the end of this is the winner tonight. So I'm going to reset all of those now. Thank you, Mel, for resetting the counter. Shout out to our mod, Mel. Shout out to Solomon for programming the Pog Champ bot as well. Love both of you guys. Resetting this timer now, and here we are. Laser, I'm going to update this. Hold on. Okay, Laser. All right, give me the sign when you're ready to go.
All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, I think I'm ready.
Go for it.
Today, Kuba, I need you to listen because we're going to talk about public restrooms.
I'm sorry, I'm gay and I'm very interested.
Let's start with this. What is a public restroom? Now, for many people, this is where you make mess in public. It looks like this, but for me, a public restroom is a decision. And the reason is this. Now, there's a fascinating history of public restrooms, of course. I mean, we used to just go outside, and then women were allowed in public. So in the 1960s, gender was invented to sell restrooms. These days, restrooms there are two types. There's a type where short-haired people pee on a wall, and there is a type where emotional triangles cry on each other. These are the men's and the women's restrooms. Now, I am Laser. I'm a they-them. And I'm one of the they-thems that doesn't want to choose one of these two restrooms. I'm actually a very specific kind of they-them. As you can tell, I am a half-skirt they-them. But not all of the they-thems or the non-binary people fit into this particular picture. And for that reason, people have tried to find a new kind of all-gender restroom design. And one of the first directions people decided to go was this direction. So you may have seen these before. They're very clever. Whatever, just wash your hands. And when you look at this sign, I want you to really think about it. And I want you to think about the last public restroom you went into and think about what's wrong with it. That's right. There's no fucking way a centaur is going to be able to use this bathroom. That centaur's mess is not going to go down that toilet, no matter how modern this bathroom is. And now think about a mer person, right? Now, I did look this up, and I don't recommend that you do that. The main takeaway is that a mer person, they're submerged in water, right? And there's usually not a tank of water large enough in a public restroom, except in a very fancy place, and even that is not going to hold a 2-liter Coke after your movie. So here's another one. Whatever, whether you're a triangle or a human or an alien, you can use this bathroom, just wash your hands. Now, think about this, just wash your hands, right? Use water, wash your hands. Now, we don't know how aliens use the bathroom. And we do know that washing your hands is important, but really, water? Are we being friendly? Who is creating robots that poop, and can we get that pervert taken care of? Now, this problem is not a new one, and I know you're thinking that. We have been trying to get cats to use bathrooms whose doors they can't even open. And we've been trying to get fruit to use bathrooms that have no relationship to their respiratory systems for a very, very long time. But that's not the point. The point is this. So, okay, I could tell you That the issue is that when confronted with an identity that people weren't previously used to, they immediately hop to a mystical creature which contributes to the othering of an already marginalized group. And I could tell you that the point of a sign is to, communicate what's in the fucking room and who could use it, and maybe we should just put a toilet on the door. But that's not the point. The point is this: when you use a sign, you should mean it. And we live in a world where we could build a bathroom that a centaur could use. Thank you very much.
All right, great work, Laser. That was coming in hot with a 3:35 on the timer, nicely under. And you got a note of that? Okay, great. Thank you guys so much for that one. That was incredible. Thank you, everybody. Chat, thanks for being here. We're keeping this shit moving, baby. Dunklemania for the $5. Thank you so much, Dunklemania. And I think I saw some subs then as well, did I? Oh, Mage Buns get to the second sub and I missed that. Thank you so much, Mage Buns. And sealed with Chris donated a bit. Thank you for the 1 cent. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
As a reminder that we are raising money for charity tonight, and next up we've got Sam. Sam is up next. While Sam gets prepared, I'm going to tell you guys about some really interesting... Oh, hold up. I was going to tell you guys about something really interesting, but even more interesting than that is we had another donation, again, another 6.66 from Not Microwave Safe, who said, keeping it rolling. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you all for being here. Yeah, Poggers. Thank you all for being here. If this is your first time tuning into a Coffeebreath stream, my name is Danielle Collette, and I run a channel where I do weird shit like this once a month, and every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, I do a show with my friends live here from this bar, where we get up to no good at Bar Coffeebreath. And tonight, what you're looking at is a PowerPoint presentation party where everyone is getting a presentation of 4 minutes or less, and if they go over, they have to take a drink, and you guys in the chat are deciding the winner. Drop Pog champs in the chat to give them a single Pog point, and whoever has the most Pog points at the end of this is the winner. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to my co-host as well, Michal.
The beautiful Michal.
Yeah, of course.
The monkey ball roster character.
Yep, and don't forget there's a t-shirt exclamation merch in the chat.
I did not present that, but I will take the free one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's up to you.
Right.
I don't know if that's up to you. We'll see. Nothing in life is free, but you know what is free is this introduction to Sam that Michelle is going to give right now.
Oh,
hi.
This is, sorry.
I'm so nervous
This
right
is
now.
Sam. I also met them at a similar Nintendo Direct, Sonic Direct viewing.
That's
and
true.
they're a very, very talented storyboard artist who has a lot to say about this presentation topic that I will let them introduce.
And without further ado, we will pass it on over to Sam. Please let us know when you're ready to begin.
I couldn't be more ready. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the magical world of slime tutorial. A basic, brief introduction. We only got 4 minutes, so disclaimer. Hey, support your live and local theater. They got hit really hard by COVID. There's nothing else on the slide that most of the people in this room have to worry about, but support your local theater. Did you know Broadway is a $1.7 billion with a B dollar industry? Isn't that fucking wild? And the craziest thing has fucking happened with Broadway. You see, in 1990, you could get good Saturday night seats at Phantom of the Opera for $65. And you can even get the cheap seats for $15. But in 2019, if you wanted to get mediocre Hamilton seats, that was $850 for one seat. Mamma mia. That's a lot of money. That's a ton of money. And you may ask yourself, well, how did we get here? I'm so glad you asked. You see, starting in 2001 with, ironically, the show The Producers, actual Broadway producers realized that rich people don't have fucking limits on how much they'll spend on 2 hours of entertainment. They really don't. They can keep going sky high. So we got this trend over the last 30 years of celebrities in musicals that are kind of weird of varying talent levels for really short runs for $2,000 a seat. Here we got our Brendan Urie in Kinky Boots. We got our Emma Stone in Cabaret. And this is a YouTube guy, Cameron Dallas in Mean Girls. It's terrible. If you can find a video, it is cringe. It's so bad. The funny thing about this is that
The side effect of these prices raising so high is that poor people can't afford to go to theater anymore, which is really funny because rich people love poor people in theater. Big fan. As long as they're on the stage, amazing. Just not in the audience. Rough thing. So if you're poor, if you work a minimum wage job and you don't live in New York, you might be asking like, the only way I can see theater is in a recording. Where is my Broadway recording? I'm so glad you asked. Billionaires have a lot of reasons why they can't give you that. They have to pay their actors like reasonable SAG, Screen Actors Guild rates. Can't do that. They really into that manufactured scarcity. Super into it. And also, why would you buy a ticket to the show if you had already seen it in a video? AKA, I don't understand how advertising works. What they don't want you to know is every single Broadway show has been recorded. This is true. They are all at the Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts. They are managed by the New York Public Library, but if you want to see it, you can only see it in person one time by appointment, and you have to already be in the Broadway performing arts industry to do it. So you can't see it, but they can see it. So this thing happens when there's a demand or there's not enough supply that folks on YouTube kind of get the idea that maybe we should just sit in the audience, record a video, and put it on YouTube, and we get some fun titles from this, like Humpback of Nostradamus. Also, this one, my favorite, Jesus Christ Superstar, aka Nothing But Crucifixion for My President. And my favorite one, if anyone in this room can tell me this big long one at the bottom, I will give you. It's Sherbert Neapolitan returns triumphant and how the Grinch stole Pierre's will to live. I actually know what that is. If anyone else knows what that is, I will buy you dinner. Now it's time for my favorite game. Name that bootleg. I will give you the title of a bootleg and you have to tell me what's the musical. Let's start off real easy. How to Be a Lawyer.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah, that's damn right. Legally Blonde the musical, also known as Reverse Racism the musical. Fun fact, this one was actually professionally recorded by MTV in 2009, so there's not a lot of bootlegs, because it's almost like if you release it, people won't make the bootlegs. I don't know, it's wild. Seafood City gets obliterated. Who's got it? Seafood City. That's right, it's SpongeBob the musical. Fun fact, I bought tickets to this one for April 2020. Crazy girl breaks into a boy's house to have sex and they kill 3 people. Damn right, it's Heather's!
Take a drink for Heather's because it's 4 minutes.
Yeah! Gotta love Heather. You know, a musical that actually, by its bootlegs, got popular and now they have a West End show. Good for them. Good for them! Nerd kills girlfriend, dentist, self, and mankind with avocado. Yeah, damn right, Little Shower. Specifically, it's the one with MJ Rodriguez, trans icon, playing Audrey, and Amber Riley is Audrey too. That would have been great to see. So if you happen to be looking for a slime tutorial, there's a couple basic things that you're going to want to see. First of all, we're going to use this example of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory called Christian Borle Kills Children. You're going to want to look for that star's name. Everybody loves a celebrity. You're also going to want to look for clickbait titles like pie recipe, slime tutorial, makeup tutorial, anything that's like Simba's dad dies and you won't believe what happens next. Great sign. Go and look for those letters. OBC, that's original Broadway cast. And if the weird thumbnail is there, that means you're in luck. In conclusion, be gay, do crimes. Thank you.
I do love how all the gays are pandering to each other.
What a fucking ending on that one. What a note to end it on. Thank you so much, Sam, for that wonderful educational lesson.
I got an incredible message from Sam earlier this week that went along the lines of, is it against Twitch terms of service to talk about how to bootleg musicals?
To which I said, no, fuck cops.
Fuck cops.
That's our mantra here on twitch.tv/coffeebreath. If this is your first time tuning in, maybe consider hitting us with a follow. We do fun events like this once a month on Saturdays, and every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we have the Coffeebreath Show, which is a weekly variety show that I do here at the bar with my friends. And as a reminder, before we go into the next one, well, our dear friend Reba sets up, this is a charity fundraiser event. And we are raising money for United Way of Greater Los Angeles. This is a wonderful charity that helps provide shelter, food, education, a bunch of other kinds of assistance. Hey audience, tone it down please. Thank you.
Lovingly.
This is a charity that provides a lot of assistance for low-income and unhoused people in the LA community. So if you'd like to help us raise some money for that, tonight, go ahead and use any of those methods there in blue on the screen. You can go to bit.ly/coffeebreathpresentation. You can type exclamation point donate in the chat, or the link is down in the description, or scan that QR code. I'm making it real fucking easy for you. And just so you know, Liz, you're being summoned. And just so you know, bits and subs count as well. That's why they're on the counter. But just understand that Jeff Bezos takes a 50% cut of that because he's a pig.
Fuck Jeff Bezos!
And so your money goes further if you donate directly using that link. And we are up to $618.70. Thank you to Not Microwave Set with another 6.66.
I don't have the power, Reba.
I love it. I love the screen putting it throughout.
They said they chained me and left me for dead for recording of a mouthful of bread. I don't really know what that means, but I appreciate you and I hope
It's Les Mis. It's Les Mis.
Oh, it's Les Mis. You know what? Shoutouts to
Not Microwave Set.
who's the guy?
John Valjean?
Yeah, John Valjean. He did a great job in Persona 5 Strikers. Anyway, thanks for being here with us. We're going to get into another presentation in just a second from a dear friend of the show, Reba.
After seeing this title slide, she's about to kill it.
Oh, yep, she's about to kill it. And here's the intro for you now. Hey, I need to introduce a dear friend of mine who's walking up to the podium now. She's stretching. She's making it look good. She's been grinding this shit out for so long. Listen.
She had this ready before she knew this was an event.
She was born for this, and I don't know too many people who have been hustling as hard as long as my dear friend Reba, who recently just quit her job to go full-time in esports and content creation. And so we're glad to welcome her here tonight and to congratulate her on her big step in her journey, her big life step. And also, she's about to blow your mind with some crazy fucking shit. I want to give a shout out to my dear friend with the great accent, Reba.
Reba.
Oh wait, I hit the wrong button. Fuck, hold on.
Get it together, Dan.
Hold on. Okay, wait, Reba. All right, give me.
No, Dan, you're like an 8. That's why I need you at like a 6.
Hey, Kuba, I'm about to shove this whole spoon down your throat.
That sounds like a great time.
I know you'd like that, wouldn't you?
It's Reba's time.
Okay, Reba, you tell me when and I will hit the button. Okay, the button's getting hit. Reba's starting now.
It's time.
Woo!
Today I'm here to give you a very riveting explanation of why the Twilight baseball scene is one of the best scenes in cinematic history, and no, I will not be taking criticism. Woo! For later. Okay, starting off strong. Why is this not working? Okay.
There it is.
Here are our points we're going to hit today. Characters, only the important ones. The soundtrack, and why no song could have improved this scene whatsoever. The dialogue, and how it's out of pocket, but absolutely necessary. And then just a little something for your viewing pleasure. You're welcome in advance.
Thank you.
So first off, we've got the characters. Starting off strong.
Yes.
Okay, she got the little kick. All right. But if that's not doing it for you.
Yeah.
And there's really only one thing that comes to mind, you know, when I see these images and when I see that GIF, and it's Mommy? Sorry.
She's a top, you get it.
But, yeah, I mean, I was inspired, I got the outfit. Alice Cullen speaks for herself. There's really nothing more that I can say for our Queen Alice here. But if that's not doing it for you, let me introduce you to Exhibit B. Now, I wore a shirt at the introduction of this night that says Jasper's Bat Trick, and the fact that people make merchandise of that saying, I think, you know, it speaks for itself once again. But as I said, you know, if that's not doing it for you.
Was he a Confederate soldier?
And unfortunately, but again, going off of Abby's presentation, yes, Jasper Cullen was a Confederate soldier, but because of our appeal to attractiveness, we choose to overlook those things. The other thing I am overlooking is the fact that he looks like he could kill me.
I can excuse racism.
To which I would say, thank you. Thank you, kind sir. These two really they sell the whole scene. Honorable mention, Daddy Carlisle. I did not make a slide for him, but he gets a little note. Alright, moving on to the soundtrack, and why no song could have improved this scene whatsoever. What is the song, you may ask? Well, it's none other than Supermassive Black Hole by Muse. So, some iconic usage, you know, most of us here are gamers, some of us probably like soccer. We all should like the Twilight baseball scene, and boy, it was featured in the FIFA 07 soundtrack. I mean, what more could you ask for? A couple other honorable mentions are the Doctor Who
I can't read that actually. The Rebel Flesh and Supernatural Hunted episodes. Supernatural, they made the gay characters canon at the end of the show. I think that says enough, you know, gay rights. Most recently, however, What We Do in the Shadows featured the song on one of their episodes where they actually did a recreation of this scene. So the fact that this scene is still being used in modern media in 2021 really just speaks to its impact on our society as a whole. Like, I think that alone, like, says all that this presentation needs to say. But if that's not doing it for you, let's get right into the dialogue, okay?
Yeah.
And when I say that you're gonna hate it, you might love it, that's okay. Alright, first up, we got Miss Esme Cullen. Glad you're here, we need an umpire. Simple. Bella and Edward show up, she's like, hey, we needed an umpire. And Emmett's like, she thinks we cheat. And she's like, I know you cheat. Whoop. Coming up next is Esme Cullen once again. Rosalie knocks one out of the park, and Bella's like, that's gotta be a home run. And Esme's like, Edward is very fast. Simple, gets to the point.
Right to the point.
Next up, we have the absolutely iconic line of my monkey man. Which is when...
For the monkey.
Drink!
The monkey drink.
Consume the poison!
Fantastic.
Emmett climbs a tree, catches the ball, cuts to Rosalie, and she's just like, my monkey man. And then finally we have, at the end of the scene, when the Nomads show up and the Cullens invite them to play baseball, Carlisle, in a bit of a misogynistic gesture, begins to toss the ball to the Laurent, in which case Victoria catches it midair and says, I'm the one with the wicked curveball.
Girl boss.
Though she is quite problematic once again, yes. Girl boss. Also very attractive.
Yeah.
I think I've rest my case here. Finally, as I said, just a little something for your viewing pleasure. You're welcome in advance.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Am I gonna get DMCA?
Yes.
I don't think you can hear the audio.
You absolutely will.
I can mute the audio though.
Well, it's only 15 seconds, so hopefully you don't.
Which will mute it anyway.
But then we won't hear mute.
Oh god, I hit the wrong one. Oh god.
And then we get the iconic My Monkey Man line right at the end. You know, we really encompassed all the most important parts of this scene right here with this one little clip.
And also,
I
do you need a drink for the clip?
Oh.
I'm sneaky.
You are small.
So finally, any questions? No comments or concerns. I will not be taking criticism. As I said, we got a couple little gifts here for you. Yes, Kuba.
Which vampire is the most fuckable?
Alice, no questions asked.
Damn right, absolutely.
All right.
She can fucking get it, absolutely.
I rest my case. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Reba. Reba, a wonderful performance from you. Thank you so much for educating us, the unwashed masses, on one of those
Unwashed?
I showered today, thank you very much.
We all three shower. What's wrong with you, Dan?
You guys shower?
Are you unwashed?
Oh, I do have a
I've been too busy playing League of Legends.
I'm sorry, Dan. Your hair is way too well kept to say that you're not showered.
No, look at me, bro. I'm dripping in sweat. I'm dripping in sweat.
Let's go.
And you know what?
If anybody's dripping in sweat, it's me. All right.
It's me because I'm wearing Disney Channel.
Justin is up next, in case you didn't know. But chat, thanks so much for being here with us and for donating. I'm gonna read off some of those donations now because we are getting. Oh,
Yes.
I can get the pops.
We're making sure.
I am doing my job.
How many pops?
Sometimes. Only sometimes, I tell you.
57? You know what? That's great. Especially when I said, give me a pig chant at the end.
That's fair.
Alright, let me read off a few of these. We've got a few more donations. Just as a reminder, tonight, before I read these off, I should probably say that we are raising money for United Way of Los Angeles.
And before you say that, we should remind the room to keep it down a little bit.
You can announce that you are drinking the juice.
Thank you, crowd. Tonight we're raising money for United Way of Greater Los Angeles, trying to help out the low-income and unhoused population presentation here in LA. Use any of those methods on the screen, and I'll go ahead and I'll do you one nice. And I'll type exclamation point donate in the chat right now. There is the link. Click that if you'd like to contribute. That's the best way to give because 100% of your money goes to the cause. You can also use bits or subs. We will be counting those in as well. But just know that Jeff Bezos takes half of those. This is a fun pick. But if you want to help us do some good tonight, we are trying to get to $1,000. Our donation incentive there to get Michal to do her seminal, never before recorded PowerPoint presentation of the morality of Shadow the Hedgehog. You may know her for her work in PowerPointing, and this was the one that started it all. It's never been recorded, so it's a good time to donate for a good cause and bring that presentation to life on air for the first time. Did you have something to say? You seemed like you had something to say.
I was going to say I'm afraid, but also thank you again to everyone who is watching and donating. This is like my favorite kind of event to do host and participate in. And I'm speaking from the heart, not stalling. And no, it's just exciting. Other people are interested in it. Y'all should do this with your friends. And let us know if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. There we go. I think it's super fun. We didn't tell anyone what to present on. We were all surprised tonight about what they ended up doing.
Yeah, and that's a great reminder that here are the rules here. As we said, it's 4-minute presentation for anyone, any topic of their choice. Everyone here is presenting for 4 minutes. If you exceed 4 minutes, you have to take a drinking penalty once per minute that you exceed. And you guys in the chat can vote on your favorite presentation by dropping a Pog gem in the chat. Anytime you see something you like, anytime you see something that makes you laugh or smile or chuckle or giggle, drop a Pog gem in the chat to award that presenter 1 Pog point. And whoever has the most Pog points at the end of the night will get the Chatter's Choice Award. There's some other awards too. Okay, no worries. There's some other awards too that we'll get to later on, but that'll happen at the end of the night. But yeah, if you're liking what you're seeing, drop a Pog gem in the chat. That's your job, you guys out there. All 112 of you, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's late for a lot of time zones, so thank you all so much for being here.
This is a very good time zone, but we appreciate all time zones.
We're Coastal Elite. We're on the West Coast. We're here in Los Angeles. That's why we're raising money for that cause. But I know that this is a late time for a lot of people who aren't here on the West Coast with us. But I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. My name is Daniel J. Collette. I run this channel called Coffeebreath alongside a lot of my friends. Michal is often here with us, and a few others as well, like Liz, who you see behind the bar. And every week we put on a show called the Coffeebreath Show every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, where my friends and I get together here at this bar in our home bar studio called Bar Coffeebreath, and we get up to no good. That's live every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. So if you're liking what you're seeing, hit us with a follow and join us for that one time. Someone in the chat said they woke up at 4 a.m. Lego Louisma said I woke up at 4 a.m. for this. Definitely worth it. That's insane. Thank you.
So nice.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. That is like an absolute that means like so much more to us.
Little boy for all of them.
My favorite fucking event ever. I know it's like really loud in the room right now.
Here comes clip 2.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
I'm being sentimental. That means so much.
Don't talk to me that way.
Kuba, don't talk to me at all. You're not gonna like what happens.
I'll kiss you so hard on the lips you'll wake up in a cold sweat for months.
Come here, you all.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, they're doing a bit, but I'm trying to have a conversation about this event.
Michal, keep talking. Keep talking.
It brings people together to share
That was more than I expected it to be.
I told you a cold sweat for months.
But there's no one in this world I love more than Kuba, and so I'll gladly take that. I'll lick it all out.
It's not supposed to bring
Please
people
don't
together
say
like
those
that.
words.
Kuba, you got herpes or anything that I should know about? They didn't say anything, so I'm probably fine.
If I could continue saying the nice thing to the person who woke up at 4 a.m. to watch this is a very meaningful event to me because everyone gets to share what they want to talk about. They have the floor. It's beautiful. You guys can talk about your passions. Are you good?
1 minute.
No, we need more time.
They're still setting
Let
up
me
for
tell
the
you
next
about
one.
justice. Our next presenter.
Wait. I have some donations to read before we go.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, do that.
We have received some donations in the time in which I've been kissing my dear friend Kuba.
Okay,
So we have from
Nice.
Jake W. We have $20. They said you're going straight to hell. Shadow confronting Eggman. It was like quotes. That's what Shadow said to Eggman. But you'll be redeemed for this amazing stream for charity. Great job. Let's see that analysis. Thank you so much, Jake W.
Okay.
Another 6.66 from Not Microwave Sig, who said some DMCA. See this. So go ahead and donate if you have the means to.
That was 7.
Bits and subs also count, but just know that Jeff Bezos takes 50% of those. Here's the thing. So your money goes further if you use the direct donation link. Now, I'm going to have Michelle read off our most. I think we just have one more donation here for you to read.
I can do that. I'm so confident.
And then I'm going to reset all of the things for myself, and then I'm going to go up there. Alright, everything is reset for me.
I'm really excited to read this.
So, Michelle, I'm putting all the power in your hands right now.
Oh, this is the worst.
Alright, so I need you to... There are 2 things that I need you to do. First thing, read this.
Can do.
Second thing,
It's like I'm biting into the library.
hit the button that says slideshow when you're ready to play on. And then hit this timer button to start the time.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm so confident. No, I got this.
I'm not as strong as you.
Thank you.
I can't play Street Fighter.
My mom told me when I was little.
Okay, this is Hush Yo, we got another donation.
Hey, Dan.
Thank you, not Microwave
Dan,
Space,
you know,
for
you're very
donating
good.
$69 whole dollars.
I know.
Thank you.
That's a really dick thing to say, but you know what? It works with your brand, so I'm on board.
I know.
Gonna be tapping on
God, I hate you so much. It's like it's so much.
Why are you a Care Bear with a Homestuck logo on?
This is my Fortnite hoodie.
Fingers crossed for the goal.
Is that actually
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you close out with us.
That's like the 4th best flossing I've ever seen.
Exclamation point YouTube in the chat.
Mine is
You can see
better.
the VOD in a couple days, probably.
Yes.
Liz is going to take care of that. Don't worry.
See, the trick is
those are
quality over quantity.
Let me just do the
You know what? As somebody who has punched themselves in the nuts many a time before, several. See, I feel like only you get.
I'm so ready to do my job. I know Dan just messed with the audio, but he gave me 2 jobs to do. So that's fun.
hit the
I
button.
had 2 younger sisters. They didn't even know the fact. They didn't
Are we
hold
good?
back.
I'm ready.
The timer is all set. Michelle has that.
I'll just do mine for.
Do you want me to handle it? Do you want me to handle the timer?
I'll yell trick.
What?
I'll yell trick. Okay. Yeah. All right. Are you ready, Dan?
I mean, you guys are looking at the screen. Are you ready?
Oh, are you ready?
I'm ready. We're all ready to go.
Make sure you ready.
Wait, hold on. The camera's on me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera's on me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, Dan. Slightly to the right. Slightly to the right.
There you go,
I
buddy.
hate you so much.
Beautiful.
It's crazy.
Wait. Lean back a little bit more.
Your timer has started. This counts as your time.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, that's my time. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Daniel J. Collette, and I had a quest to find the biggest shit.
I'm a classic director.
I want to start off, I want to preface this by letting you know I am Monkey. I'm a primate. I'm an absolute fucking gorilla baboon. And I'm going to take you on the journey that I went on inside of my head to find a topic for my presentation tonight, which all started with a very particular question that crossed my mind when I was under the influence. Here's that question now. Is there a list of the biggest shits in human history? Now, some of you may think that you've taken a big shit, right? Like, you may take a big fat dump. You may take an absolute fucking log. You might drop an absolute fucking fat load out your asshole. You might shit your pants and cry and call your mom and tell her you're sad. You might do things like that. But what you've never seen is a list of who's done that the best, the brightest, the biggest, record-setting shits on the planet. This was the question I was just under the influence enough to ask myself, and so it became my presentation. So I started off with this question: is there a list? A simple Google search, it told me no. There is not a list of the biggest shits humans that have ever created.
Where did you find this?
Don't worry about it.
I think he made it himself.
All those shits came out of my asshole. So there were a lot of different stories around the internet from a variety of different sources. No one had a definitive list, right? But there was this one story that kept popping up on a bunch of sites, so I decided to start there. This is the story of Michelle Hines, who reportedly set the record for the largest shit. And here's a quote from a website that is literally called hellotushy.com. I am not making this up. The longest poop ever recorded was 26 feet. In 1995, a woman in Ann Arbor, Michigan, worked in conjunction with nutritionists to eat a super fiber-rich diet to set the world record for the longest single excrement ever recorded. She successfully shat a 26-foot continuous log, the exact length of her colon.
Yo!
That's fucking impressive. What you're seeing here is there are actual images of this shit on the internet, but I didn't want to get banned from Twitch, and so I had to censor them. But if you were to Google this yourself, you might find that actual image uncensored. But for the purposes of not losing my Twitch account, all of the images of shit in this slideshow will be censored unless they're cartoonized. That's a word. And here's a direct quote from Hines herself, who explained her process. She said, "I documented the extrusion at the Cranbrook Kingswood High School bowling alley in Bloomfield Hills, Minnesota." Or, sorry, Michigan. It's insane that Minnesota and Michigan are like, they have...
They're different?
They're different. That's fucking cringe, though, if you're from either of those places, so I don't think it really matters.
No one important ever came from there.
Which offered a length of floor suitable for the process and for measuring the results. That's why she went to a bowling alley. She needs to measure them accurately.
So she
That's a bowling lane right there. You can't quite see it, but she shat the length of the lane.
I can clearly see the gutter. What are you talking about?
She said the cathartic diet was supplemented by a high intake of metamucil fiber and substance. The week-long endurance prior to the event was ensured by the employment of a plug specifically designated to curtail any premature excrements.
Pluggers! Pluggers!
So this woman reportedly put a plug in her bum for an entire week straight just to produce the world's longest shit. I mean, pretty impressive stuff. Can't knock it. That's all fine and good. It's an admirable shit. And I thought I had my answer here. But then as I started digging... Is this my... Which one?
Yeah, that's it.
This one?
What you asked for, yeah.
All right. It's an admirable shit, and I thought I had my answer there, but as I kept digging on Hines, I stumbled across this mysterious brochure. It's almost like an art book of sorts, and I was kind of interested in this, so I dug a little bit further. This brochure, it seemed to like explain a bunch of different art projects or like installments of some kind by this artist Michal Hines, who seemed to be the same individual as the person who took this long shit. And something in here... Hey, I'm speaking. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Something in here caught my eye, though. Computer, enhance. There was a really interesting passage here that said, in this brochure that I found, in a far more infamous piece, Perlastic action. Sorry, I'm wearing glasses. I can't read. Hines sets up the lie that her body produced and expelled the world's largest poop. Sets up the lie. A lie? I had to know more.
Drink.
My curiosity was piqued and my asshole was puckered. And I had to find out more. So down the Hines hole I went. As I dug further, I stumbled upon this actually pretty recent article from Snopes about the same story, and it seems like they did an investigation of their own, and they found something very interesting. This story is false!
No! Yes!
This story is a fabrication. According to the investigation from Snopes, this woman did not produce a 26-foot-long piece of shit in a bowling alley, and there's a few reasons why they know that for sure. For starters, there's no entry in the Guinness Book of World Records for a record-breaking shit, and the Guinness Book of World Records would have it, because that's their job. Also, a 26-foot-long poop is impossible because the size of the human large intestine is only about 5 feet long. So there's no physical possible way that a human can contain 26 feet of shit inside of their body at the same time. Now, this is pretty fascinating stuff. Here, my curiosity was piqued, like I said before, but now I'm more than interested. Now I need to know. So, as I kept digging a little bit more on this artist, Michal, I found out a lot about her. There's not much documentation of her on the internet, but I did find that this, according to Snopes, this story about a record-breaking rectum originated with an art project by Brooklyn artist Michal Hines called Within the Contest of No Contest, where her art project was to create various hoaxes that she hoped would catch into like public lexicon knowledge. That she hoped would just become part of like but pre-internet, by the way. She hoped that these hoaxes would catch on, and she elaborately created a whole list of them. One, for example, besides this, is that she supposedly grew a 6-foot tall corn cob. Was one of her other lies in the same art piece. So what I found was not the biggest shit ever created. It was fucking performance art. And it's some kind of fucking commentary on how we're all so caught up in information that we like to lie to each other.
That's the plot of Persona 4.
That's exactly what I was thinking. She predicted Persona 4, but she said that we're so caught up in our own fucking information web.
So much information!
That we were trying, that she wanted to prove that she could come up with something so insane that she could just become famous by doing nothing. Which is fucking bullshit, and I'm calling her out right now.
Dan, drink it.
This is my job. I am the fucking arbiter of truth. There's not much record of her work on the internet, probably because she was a fucking hack. So I've come to the conclusion that Michelle Hines is fucking sus. She's a sussy little baka, and she doesn't know the first goddamn thing about taking a big fat
But
shit.
is she ejectable?
She is ejectable because she is the imposter. I've been fucking lied to by this woman here, another image from her fucking art book, because it's the only record of her on the internet, that somehow she produced a 26-foot long shit. This woman is sus. She is a sussy little baka.
Are you done?
No! So, with that out of the way,
Oh, God.
I had to go back to the shitting board. If she didn't produce the biggest shit, then who did? So my next step, logically, is a place that few people have ever gone. You may have never seen this yourself, but I can confirm it's out there. It's the second page of Google results. Not many people have explored this vast, expansive, far-off land known as page 2 of Google search results. But I'm smart enough and involved enough in this story now that I have to dig deeper. So I'll be the first person ever to go to page 2 of Google results. A deeply unexplored land. Few adventurers have walked this path before me, but I needed to find out who, if not Michelle Hines, then who. And so I found the truth on page 2 of Google. The real largest human shit on record was created by a fucking Viking!
Drink!
Hell
The Viking.
It was 20 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide, which is, if you're fucking normal, 8 inches long and 2 inches wide. That's a big boy. You can see an image of it here, but it's obviously censored so that I don't get banned from Twitch. But trust me, it's a fucking log. And it was excavated from an abandoned Viking settlement in York, England. So that's how we knew it came from a Viking. So this atomic shit is known as... Sorry, I just have to make sure that I included the censored version in there because I was kind of scared for a second. This atomic shit is known as the Lloyd's Bank coprolite. And coprolite is a scientific term for a fossilized shit. So this shit was so old it fucking fossilized itself. Like, that's how old... Not only old, but big. You can't... Little shits, from my research, don't fossilize, but big ones...
Drink.
Oh, if it's big enough, that shit'll become a fucking present for the future, baby. So, this is currently on display in the Jorvik Viking Center Museum, and it's thought to have originated in about 9th century AD. It was discovered in the year 1972, and when it was discovered, the excavationists, is that a word? Sure, it is fucking now. The excavators determined that it was comparable in value to the British monarchy's jewels, once they realized it was the biggest human shit ever created. Analysis of this shit showed that the shitter's diet consisted mostly of bread and meat, which makes a lot of sense for a Viking, and it was reported to have hosted, quote, hundreds of parasitic eggs inside when discovered, suggesting that the shitter was riddled with intestinal worms, which probably contributed to the fact that they produced the biggest shit in human history. And fun fact, this shit, while on display in the Jorvik Viking Center, actually broke into 3 pieces when somebody dropped it on exhibition in 2003. But it has been reconstructed thanks to the power of science to demonstrate its full length and girth for visitors of the center. So, There it is. There's your answer. My answer. Your answer too. The biggest shit of all time, created by a Viking. Do we know his name? No. Now we know this fucking liar's name instead. So, in conclusion, fuck you, Michelle Hines. You fucking lied to me. You're a fucking asshole and you're sus. Also, racism stinks.
One presentation.
I scored. Well, I think we can all agree that was a presentation.
Okay, hold on. Audio's back. Thanks for joining us back here at the bar. What a wonderful presentation by our presenter, Danielle.
Sure was a thing that was presented.
Again, I've been saying this in the chat. I've only seen the first slides of people's decks, and I only saw that shortly before we started.
How do I?
We did
Not
finish
about 10 minutes before the stream started.
Yeah, not peer-reviewed material.
Not peer-reviewed
Straight out the
whatsoever.
door.
Hey, it's my Twitch channel.
I was watching Dan finish this presentation before we went on.
You know, I had one of those moments where I was like, should I put this on Twitch? Is this too much for Twitch.tv?
Yes.
And then I looked at myself. I left my body spiritually for a second, and I stared at myself from a distance, and I said, if I die, I die.
Yeah, and you died.
Can you tell me
I'm pretty sure Forrest Gump said that once.
Is this not you?
No, that's it.
We got a lot of donations during that one because clearly I'm the best.
That's not necessarily true.
I just want to go ahead and thank a few people who tuned in.
Danny is the best. This is true.
Thank you, Kuba. I appreciate you.
He's a great kisser, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
I want to thank Not Microwave Safe
So how
again
do
for 6.66 and says DMCA lawyer. Oh wait, that's old. Sorry.
Can I just use the space bar?
VX. CK.
That's the most boomer thing you could have said.
Hey, I'm reading donations.
Multiple videos on a slide and then...
Hey, everyone shut up, I'm reading donations.
Video games now.
VXCK donated $30 and said, loving the stream, thank you so much. Matt H donated $5 and said, this is insane, but a lot of fun, thanks for doing it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
That's very much the energy we're
That's
trying
what
to
I
do.
wanted to cultivate.
My girlfriend Kathy was not able to join us tonight, donated $37.08. I don't know why that specific number, but she said, I'm not watching the stream, so I hope everyone's being nice and practicing kindness. If you didn't see my last slide, then you might know I practice kindness. And lastly, from Liz Nation, is that you? Okay, I didn't know if someone else put in Liz Nation.
It's me.
Liz donated $50 and said, make Dan stop talking, please. Thank you, Liz.
It did work because he does stop talking.
It worked.
That's the power of donating. Donate money.
Dan, can I donate tomorrow?
Give us money.
Yeah, it'll be open tomorrow.
Cool, I will donate tomorrow.
No pressure.
I am cool.
I want to thank my co-hosts here for holding down the fort while I was busy giving the best presentation of the night, educating the unwashed masses on the benefits and records of human ass production. Pushing the boundary of what somebody can shit out their ass is what I did tonight.
You pushed something.
I'm about to push these nuts into your mouth. Well,
Maybe
before I do
Don't
that,
threaten me with a good time.
Maybe we can just introduce the next act.
before I do that, I'd be absolutely delighted to introduce the next act. Unfortunately, a dear friend of mine who I've known for just a bit too long. I don't know. How would you describe Luke? How would you describe Luke? Give me a word. Give me a
default.
Default is really good. I'm gonna say lukewarm.
Oh, I get it.
Wait, Danny, explain. I don't get it.
Other words to represent Luke. Cretin. Gremlin.
Puppy. Little goblin boy.
Puppy's a very good one.
Right, puppy.
Nah, he's not a puppy. You know what?
He's absolutely a puppy. He doesn't know what's going
No,
on.
you haven't seen this kid in the sack. You haven't seen him in the sack, trust me.
I've never fucked Luke. This is true.
And you know who's about to fucking love Luke's presentation is you guys in the chat. As a reminder, if you love what you're seeing, put a Pog Champ in the chat, award him 1 point. Whoever gets the most of those at the end of the night is the winner. And without further ado, I'm happy to introduce to you a dear friend of mine, unfortunate individual himself, but here he is, Noonches.
Alright. Thank you.
Today
I'm going to be talking about a topic very close to my heart, which is old school YouTube, and I'm going to be taking a deep dive into the most prolific YouTuber of all time. So when I say that phrase, maybe some of the classics come to your mind. You got your PewDiePie, your Jenna Marbles, your Mr. Beast, something old school like Ray William Johnson. No. Today, I'm going to be talking about Masso HF, a man so powerful that the only glimpse of his identity we have is a low-res South Park create a character. Masso OF created cooking and philosophy tutorials from 2006 to 2009 before deleting his channel and all uploads. However, a dedicated fan saved and re-uploaded them all on an archive channel titled Cooking with Hoarders. I'm just gonna let the video speak for itself, so you can get a little. Is there sound? It's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Some techniques to.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm gonna play it at 1.5 speed.
Hot dogs and peaches.
Hot dogs and peaches.
So putting it on the stove.
Oh, you don't even know you think it's a fire.
Oh my god!
No.
So now that you have an intro, we're going to be learning how to cook sausages, which are actually just hot dogs. They're not the same thing, but...
I feel like I'm on an episode of Forensic.
So, as of now...
No!
So you can use a lighter to cook your sausages, as you might know. But let's say you don't have a lighter. You're not a smoker. You just don't have that sort of thing around your house. Masso HF has got you covered.
Or like, you know, there's gonna be some weird things. You know that. Okay, I have this candle.
No, showing it's on.
Oh no.
You can use candles for the sausages.
Why?
After
You do need the lighter to light the candles.
He has an oven, right?
like that.
It's too good.
It's covered in. It's a good way
Oven.
boil or prepare sausages.
So, as he notes, you might not have been able to hear, is that the black stuff that gets on the sausage when you cook with the candle is it's just dirt. You can just wipe it off, which he teaches us how to do. Coming up. Okay, so as you can see, there's some dirt on the sausage, but let's see how Masso HF deals with this.
No.
You just clean it. Alright, so now that your sausage is clean and ready for preparation, you're going to want to add it. So you're having a nice summer snack.
Which I mean,
ripped off this guy.
No. I don't know. Sausage always tastes good when you eat pieces at the same time. So why not?
Okay.
So like.
And then you blend it, and then every now and then when you're cooking, something unexpected happens. There's hazards, and you can see he expertly deals with them here.
Oh my god!
No!
Okay, now there's a little fire.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna take care of this.
Oh no!
Whoops, that was that one. Okay, I turned it wrong.
So he turned on the wrong burner with stuff that had it, and he started a fire. But look how he expertly deals with this. He just put some water on it. It's all good. He doesn't have a smoke detector or anything. I think
I turned it wrong.
yeah. So as you can see, this man is willing to go in places in the YouTube game that no other YouTuber has ever went. And you might be asking, what are my qualifications to speak on this man? Well, Cooking with Hoarders, the re-upload channel, has been uploading about once a week for 10 years, and I would say I have seen just about every video in its entirety on this entire channel.
Why?
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 This kid is ill.
And
this kid's fucking ill.
You hang out with my choice.
I told you it's unfortunate.
I get
Alright,
it.
and then just another dive into some of his prolific arts. He teaches us how to make a great ham sandwich part 2. So first, obviously, you have to cut the ham. But when you're filming, in order to create content and share your skills with the world, you only have one hand. So you can see him very struggling to cut the ham. And then eventually, after about 2 minutes, he cuts it. And then, as you can see, let's just wait, take a second. So he spent all that time cutting up the ham, but look, the ham is in the same shape that it was when it still. The ham is in the same shape when it started. He did not need to cut the ham. He could have just taken the ham and put it on the sandwich. But now the next part of your ham sandwich, you get your spinach dip. And then...
Drain!
Yeah, okay. And that is the proper method of applying Spanish tips.
There's peanut butter on that.
Oh, is that the Sonic drink?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's even.
Excuse me.
And then your third and final ingredient on any good ham sandwich, you're gonna make sure to get your instant ramen noodles unstrained.
The Viking shit.
And then, wait, can I ask for silence real quick to hear a great quote?
No.
1 sec. Great quote coming up.
Oh man, I feel sorry for Abraham Lincoln living in a time when this didn't exist.
I feel sorry for Abraham Lincoln who existed in a time when this didn't exist.
Oh,
Just
wow.
absolutely.
Dan, if you ever invite Luke to one of these.
Okay. And then quick clips I'm going to show you. So when I show people this, no, please. Okay, fine.
It's what you deserve for this.
A common question I get is he's doing a bit. It's not a real. God, that is full.
This is clearly not a bit.
Ugh. Yeah, so a lot of people think it's a bit. It's like an avant-garde art piece. It's some guy doing a thing. Well, keep in mind that these were in 2006, getting probably like 10 views. So you're telling me he's doing this to his house for free? Look, how do we even do that? And then we also have Okay. And then also note where. Oh, okay. And then last night.
Stop! Just fucking stop!
Okay.
Hey Luke, by the way, I need you to drink right now.
Okay, when we were talking about the authenticity of this, which no one is arguing, but I still want to prove, look for something a little out of the ordinary in frame as it comes up in his crispy. No, wait, that was.
Is it the last slide?
How do
You gotta
sorry.
have to go back to the
Oh
last
my god.
The last slice was cracked up.
I need. Oh, does that work?
Yeah, I don't want it.
No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We're not.
Okay, fine.
What's in the slide?
What was in there?
Is this?
there?
Okay, wait. Okay, no, I'm done. Okay, so just to end it, I want to finish you all with a very intelligent and deep quote.
Knowledge doesn't mean you're
intelligent.
Intelligence is your ability to acquire knowledge, not how much knowledge you already have. Anyway, good night.
Anyway, good night, guys.
Let's see if this works well. That doesn't knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
And that's him cooking a steak over a toilet.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Luke for putting on a performance so heinous, so fucking disgusting that it crashed our stream. That it destroyed our fucking stream. It was that bad. So thank you, Luke, for absolutely just annihilating the Twitch stream with your existence. Thank you for that.
If someone could give Luke like an entire case of Sonic G Fuel for his crimes, that would be great.
I personally think Luke should have to chug the
Miles
G Fuel.
I do, but I don't want to stop this for that because we're already like going really long.
I know. Miles is preparing right now. He's up next. It's been a few since I've read off the donations. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We had a little crash there, but we're
so
good.
sorry.
We're back, baby. We are back in business. Sometimes this happens. I stream on a really old computer. And
Get a new one.
I have a new one over there, but not right here. It's a long story, but you guys aren't here for that. You're here for the wonderful presentations, and we still have a lot of people in the chat with us. So thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate all of you. We got a lot of follows and donations. I see Phil Russ, Teg Div, and Baru Cafe for the follows. Thank you guys so much for those follows. And I'm gonna read off a few donations because it's been a couple minutes.
The cherry's good?
Actually, we only got one more. It's $20 from Anonymous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, if you haven't seen this number right here, we're at $870 right now, which is fucking awesome.
That's only $193 away from Michelle doing her percent.
That's not right, but $130.
The vibes are
in my defense, I am poisoned right now.
Yep. And so here's the thing. If you guys haven't heard, here's how this presentation works. I'm going to read it off to you right now. Here's the rules. This is Coffeebreath Sessions collaborating with Miexriir. Is that how you say it?
Miexriir.
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 Okay,
It's
thank you for that.
obviously a real name.
You may know her for her PowerPoint presentation antics on Twitter. We're working together tonight to put on this presentation party. And here's the rules. Every person here is giving a 4-minute presentation on a topic of their choice, anything they want to talk about. Every minute that they go over 4 minutes, they have to take a drinking penalty. And you guys in the chat, you viewers out there, you wonderful people who decided to spend your night with us, you can decide the winner tonight by dropping a Pog champ in the chat anytime you see something you like. That gives 1 Pog point to that presenter, and whoever has the most Pog points at the end of the night is going to be the winner. There's also some other awards, and we'll get to that later on too. But also, you may have noticed we're raising money for charity tonight.
Woo! What do you get when you combine
We're raising money for United Way of Greater Los Angeles, which is a charity that helps provide shelter, food, education, a bunch of other assistance for... Sorry, I'm fucking dying.
I get it. You watch some of it.
My body's exploding from my presentation and all the pain I had to go through. We're raising money for the United Way of Greater Los Angeles. You can help us out by visiting bit.ly/Coffeebreath presentation, or typing !donate in the chat, clicking the link down in the description, or hey, I made it so fucking easy for you. Scan that QR code with your phone right now. Give it a little scannerino. I'll give you a second to put your phone up to the screen and scannerino that, and then it'll take you to a page in which you can help us get from $870 to $1,000. And when we get there, Michal, who you may know for her PowerPoint presentation antics on Twitter, will perform her original presentation, never before recorded on screen, The Morality of Shoutout the Hedgehog. It'll be performed for the first time tonight for a live internet audience, never been performed before. The tweet that popularized this format of PowerPoint presentation parties, which have since been stolen from her unjustly by both Microsoft, dogs, by the way, pigs, and secondly, Jackbox, pigs, by the way.
That being said, it is also nice that people are sharing this with their friends and having a good time. So
Yes, thank you all for being here with us. All right.
Thank God.
I'm so scared.
Our viewership has been incredible tonight, and we really want to thank you all again for being here with us. We've still got a few more tonight, so stick around. We've got 4 more presentations, and I'm going to introduce someone now who, once again, doesn't need an introduction. If you've been here before, you know who this guy is. One of my oldest friends. We go back probably, 7 years now?
You said 8 earlier.
Get
your story straight.
I don't remember how long I've known Myles for, but if you've ever tuned into our show before, you know he's a cretin, you know he's a gremlin, and he haunts these haunted halls of Bar Coffeebreath with his presence, and he's here tonight to perform something so heinous that none of us know what it is. He's about to walk out in some kind of costume, and before he does, I'm going to reset everything so that he can just go right into it, and I don't ruin it. I see that Mel already said it. Shoutouts to our mod Mel. You're the best. Thank you for that. And it is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce
Myles, I'm so mad that I know what you are.
I already know where this is going.
Oh,
yes.
Whenever you're ready, Myles.
Cool, how do I use this shit?
There's a clicker right there.
Thank you so much. Excuse me, everyone. My name is Myles. I'm going to be turning the timer on. Myles Berrin presents, in association with Coffeebreath, makeup by Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Clowns are kinda based, an exhaustic thesis, aka straight man tries makeup, gone wrong, gone sexual.
Woo!
Now, this might surprise you. Myles, I hear you think. I thought you only liked JoJo, and Kojima games, and masturbating. And that's all true. But the truth is, I'm a clown weirdo. I love clowns, and this probably makes no sense to you, as the clowns of today are mostly characterized by garish, candy-colored outfits and unflinching painted smiles. They're relegated to birthday parties and hospitals. They inspire 2% of fear in all American adults. But the clowns of yesteryear are anthropologic and powerful symbols, powerful theatrical symbols. So you might have noticed my attire. This is the garment of Pierrot, a stock character of comic theater. Initially a love-struck baboon, Pierrot became a romantic avatar of the post-revolutionary people, struggling in vain to secure a place in the world of the bourgeoisie. Since then, he has been continuously transformed by art movements, portrayed as cynical and disillusioned by the decadents, as lonely and sensitive. by the symbolists, and is a subject of line and color by the modernists. He represents art philosophy himself. Pierrot is a macrocosm of what the clown is, a mirror of the artist. This was all supposed to be on the screen, but I got caught up talking about it. Don't even fucking worry. Now
deducting points.
There are 3 types of clowns, generally speaking. The august clown is a foolish, anarchic clown that sows discord throughout the story, either through their incompetence or their willful mischievousness, like Kuba. The character clown is a staple of the American circus. They portray police officers and doctors as rightful fools. And the white-faced clown, the clown of your 5th birthday party. Now there is a secret 4th clown, derivative of the white-faced clown. He has been banished to the bozo realm for his race crimes, but he was the strongest and capable of eating the other 3. Clowns were also symbols of ritual. The earliest known clowns come from ancient Egypt, where they doubled as priests. They also feature in Native American cultures, swapping out face paint for clay and wooden masks. And as society fractured into classes and governments, clowns took on an anti-authoritarian role, allowing artists to safely criticize their government. Famously, a Chinese clown named Yu Shi was the only person brave enough to convince Emperor Qin Shi Huang that painting the Great Wall of China was the stupidest fucking idea anyone's ever had. And who here wants to dismantle capitalism?
Me!
Woo! That's roughly the turnout I expected, and clowns are also symbols of the proletariat struggle. In Roman theater, the term for clown is fosser, which means laborer. And one of the most famous character clowns, Weary Willie, is a caricature of the impoverished American citizen whose comedy and misery is in equal measure based on the oppressive thumb of Gilded Age capitalism. He is the face of the Great Depression, acting out the lethargy and hopelessness of the era. The art of the clown is rooted deeply in the misery of being an artist. I'd like to tell you all a joke. And I have to look at this. In 1806, a well-dressed man in his 20s went to see a London doctor. The man explained he felt overcome by terrible sadness, that he didn't want to get up in the morning, that he saw no point to his existence. The doctor responded, "You must go to the Covent Garden Theater to see Harlequinade. The great clown Grimaldi is performing today. Surely there is no funnier man on earth. Go see his performance and laugh yourself well." "But doctor," the man responded, "I am Grimaldi."
No!
I get it.
Christened the king of clowns, our understanding of the clown comes from the unique theatrical style of Joseph Grimaldi. He introduced Baroque colors and face paints into his ensemble. He was a limber acrobat who could stand on his head and leap through the air, a happy man on stage and a miserable man in life. Grimaldi's father was a tyrannical stage dad who pushed him to perform. His wife died in childbirth, and his son would go on to despise him for his fame. Grimaldi's incredible acrobatics were physically taxing and caused him incredible pain. Grimaldi passed away in 1837, a penniless alcoholic. Charles Dickens would then go on to edit his biography.
Oh, Myles, drink.
Playing up the tragedy and self-destructiveness of his life. There was horror in reading the tale of a man who was killing himself to make us laugh. Worse yet, Jean Gaspard de Barreau, the most famous portrayer of Pierrot, would commit murder in the streets of France shortly after Grimaldi's passing, bludgeoning a man to death with his cane. And he's not even the most famous clown killer. That honor belongs to John Wayne Gacy Jr., a rapist and serial killer with a body count of 35. Known by his alter ego, Pogo the Clown, his persona helped to maintain a good public image.
I love Persona.
So much so that when he was arrested, he simply responded, "You know, a clown can get away with murder." This act shattered America's trust in clowns forever. Now the concept of the scary clown is the dominant one. Face paint, once used to accentuate humanity and heighten features, is now used to mask evil and hide faces. But barring Halloween costumes and horror films, there might be a more simple reason. The shift in venue from the stage to birthday parties has shattered the sublime threshold between the performer and the artist. The clown is too close, too visible, too uncanny. My proximity to all of you is clearly deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah!
That's normal.
That is normal, but as a clown, it's even worse.
I've never once been uncomfortable around.
Regardless of the reason, it's undeniable the 20th century has perverted this symbol of culture to a dastardly alter ego, a horror movie caricature, and a symbol of corporate greed. All things the clown stood against. But to me, the clown is the embodiment of the ethos of art. I humbly perform for you, something I'm passionate about, knowing I'll be laughed at.
Drink!
That's when I...
It's in the cup.
That's why I identify with the clown. Art is a risk. Artists risk themselves anytime they do anything. And like foolish Pierrot or the Grim Grimaldi, we labor and sacrifice in the hopes of making someone smile. That's the long-forgotten essence of the clown. A vulnerable veneer for the artist, representing their worldview and their desire to ease the suffering of others no matter the personal risk. That's it.
My favorite part. And
Myles, what a wonderful performance that was. I'm titillated. Listen, I don't want to say it on Twitch. I don't want to get banned, but I'm kind of torqued, if you guys know what I'm saying.
This is Danielle J. Colette's business, but I will say that did break our Pog meter somehow.
Miles broke the Pog meter.
He wore a costume. Of course it broke the Pog.
Liz wore a costume.
Liz didn't wear a costume. Liz wore a fashionable outfit.
Ratman!
Miles Miles may have not set the time record, but he did set the Pog record. So far, he's got the number to beat. That was 144 Pogs over the duration of 6.5 minutes.
Let me just say something.
You don't deserve the win.
No, hang on. I genuinely just want to say that means everything to me because I came out here and I expected to be made a fool of. So I'm actually so shocked that people
I can't do this any longer. I love you.
You're amazing.
Thank you. I thought doing a sincere performance would be stupid, but I'm glad people.
I'm the closest thing that you have to a spouse in the room.
Hey, fellas out there in the chat, you might know that we're raising money for charity tonight. I won't plug it again. I plugged it a few times in the last hour. No, I already plugged it a few times. We're raising money for
plug it again.
Hey, Kuba, did I ask?
Dan, plug it again.
We are running really late.
Here's the plug. We're raising money for United Way of Los Angeles, and our goal tonight is to get to $1,000. We're currently at $880, and I'll read off our most recent donations in just a few minutes. But when we get to $1,000, Michal here, who you may know for her PowerPoint antics, will be performing her original PowerPoint presentation, The Morality of Shoutout the Hedgehog, and the stakes have now been raised, and here's how. Our dear friend Luke, the one who performed so poorly that it crashed the stream, has offered to chug the entire Sonic the Hedgehog G Fuel.
I didn't say entire. I said
you told me entire
I said I
G
chugged
Fuel.
the Sonic juice.
Okay, well Luke
That's
is going
what chugging means.
Luke is going to chug a large quantity of the
Who's
Sonic
next?
the Hedgehog
There it is.
chili
What's
dog
your
flavored
presentation
G
called?
Fuel if we reach that donation goal.
For the
So it's
kids.
now twofold.
That's
If
what
we get to $1,000 tonight by typing exclamation point donate in the chat, links in the description as well. If we get to $1,000 on that link right there, not only will Michal perform that presentation, but Luke will also chug the chili dog G Fuel. Which, as you've seen on the stream already, is really fucking gross. It's foul, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy, but Luke
Although
is
you're
here,
allowed to.
ready to make the sacrifice for you guys out there. So if you're liking what you're
For the
seeing,
kids.
send us in some, help us raise some money for a good cause, help us, assist the homeless and low-income families here in Los Angeles. And also, on top of that, you can help us out personally by following the channel if you haven't already. My name's Danielle J. Collette. I run this channel called Coffeebreath, and it's an honor to have you here every Saturday. Every Sunday night, we do the Coffeebreath show. My presentation kind of took a toll on me, so, I'm kind of rolling with the punches here, but every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, we do a show called the Coffeebreath Show. It's a great time. It's like this, but a little bit smaller. And then once a month on Saturdays, we do what you're watching right now, which is Coffeebreath Sessions, which is a variety stream thing where we cram a bunch of fucking people in here and we compete in some kind of video game or activity and we raise money for charity while we're doing it.
I just want to make a point real quick that I think it's very unfair that Myles not only took my crown of audience favorite most PogChamps from me, but I had to also mop up the Sonic G Fuel off the floor so we wouldn't all smell chili dogs all fucking night after he threw it
That
everywhere.
shit smells fucking
and that's
bad, let me
not
tell
fair.
you.
So
Liz,
I think
you're
I
so
should still win and Myles should be disqualified for making me
Let me get some Liz Nations in the chat. If you're a subscriber, drop a Liz Nation.
at the end, I think.
Drop a Liz Nation in the chat if you're a subscriber. Let us know how much you love Liz for all the work she's been putting in tonight. And I want to quickly thank before we introduce our next presenter.
Presenter.
Ooh, producer, honey.
I know.
You guys need MVP credit. Let's go.
Yeah, producer Danielle. You know her well from this channel. Just want a quick shout out. Sealed with a Chris for the bit, and I want to shout out. Sorry, we got one donation. A few donations. $20 from Anonymous. $10 from Anth Armo. Intelligence is not knowledge. Intelligence is the ability to gain more knowledge. Thank you for that quote. That's really impactful. And
Very
then
unsettling.
someone named Diddles donated $20 and said, "Dick and balls?" ?
Thank you, Diddles.
And you know what? I'm asking the same question myself. And who better to answer that question than a friend of ours, a friend of yours, someone you may know well out there. I'm gonna, without further ado, it's Danielle. And here she is. Danielle, let us know when you're ready. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, don't tell me yet, because I'm resetting everything. Hold up. Sorry.
Everyone look at how nice our hair is.
Yeah, your fit goes fucking
nice.
Your fit goes ridiculous, and I want to fucking congratulate you on that before you start.
How is it so nice?
Hairspray.
This is unfair.
Whenever you're ready.
I will be asking questions after the presentation.
You can start.
Go for it.
All right, how about a palate cleanser? My name is Danielle Fox. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a shell of a human being after everything I've seen tonight, and I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons I shouldn't have bought this dirndl. What the fuck's a dirndl? Dirndl is a traditional Bavarian dress. You've probably seen it at Oktoberfest. It is made up of einen Bluse, einen Trachten, and the apron, which has a name, but who cares? Number 1, I'm not even German. No, seriously, I spat in a test tube to find out. I'm 52% Irish. My last name is Fox. I'm at best 18%, but that's just Western European, so like, maybe. Number 2, being super into German things makes you look like a little sus. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Number 3, people assume I can speak German, and I actually suck at it. And this is true. I literally gave myself a homework assignment today. I just made up a random sentence. I was like, fuck it. Where is the grocery store? And I'm like, I know this because like I was fluent when I was 5. And I'm like, woher bist das Markt? And that was so fucking wrong. When I checked, it's wo finde ich den Supermarkt? And that's literally, I just made that up. I could have like given myself anything. I still fucked it up. Number 4, it's missing buttons, and it was when I bought it. I don't know if you can see this. It's literally there's another one under the apron. It's missing buttons. But I was like, fuck it. It's like, €80 and I'll take it. This was not part of my presentation, but it happened when I was getting dressed. I don't even have the right necklace for this. This is a necklace with an earring on it. Did I just like pulled out of my ass? And since this is going really quick because everyone's been going really long. Number 5, since I bought it in 2019, this is the first time I've worn it. In conclusion, danke und gute Nacht. I'll take shortest. Thank you very much.
You put on an incredible performance there. People are happy to see it in the chat. The chat's actually going wild. I'm gonna allow them to keep spamming pogs for a couple more seconds because
yes,
go back.
You've earned it
Because the chat's going crazy with the pogs right now.
You're at 60 pogs.
The chat loves this. That hell yeah. Work it. Hell yeah. There we go. Okay. That was such a quick presentation that, you know what, I appreciate that. And I'm going to allow you a couple more seconds to farm some pogs here. Any pog farmers in the chat. It's actually unstoppable how many pogs you were getting in this moment of time.
We should stop it right now.
Okay, we're stopping it right now. It's 69. You scored 69.
Nice!
Fucking nice.
Nice.
All right, let's get Elias ready to go. Let's put you on next, and I want to give a quick shout out to Project for subscribing with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for that, and also following Jay Waldo, Jay Paps, Dust Phoenix, Hey Look George, Baru Cafe, Tag Diff. Thank you all for the follows. That means a lot. Wait, we just fucking broke 1,000! guys, I'll be the first to tell you. Well, first of all, Anonymous donated $50. Thank you so much.
I love you, Moose.
And then, you know what? It's an absolute fucking honor to be standing one human body away from my dear friend, Katie, who donated $100. She said, happy birthday, Michelle, plus Knuckles. Thank you so much for that, Katie. Appreciate you. And then Lammy's $20 as well. Lammy said, this has been an amazing stream so far. Great job, everyone. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Lammy.
If you're here to watch Michelle's presentation, it's coming up next. We've got our dear friend Elias right now, and then after that is our final presentation of the night, Michelle. And because we've hit that $1,000 donation goal, that means not only will Luke be chugging the Chili Dog G Fuel, but also while that's happening at the same time, Michelle will be performing for the first time ever on camera her original PowerPoint presentation that started this whole trend in the first place back in 2018. The morality of Shadow the Hedgehog. So get ready for that. Here's the order of events right now. We've got one more presentation from Elias, and then Michelle. Then we've got our awards ceremony, and then the encore presentation from Michelle, her Shadow the Hedgehog one. What you're going to see before that, her first presentation is a completely original piece, never performed before.
It's awesome.
So stick around, don't miss it. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce a Emmy award-winning writer. Two-time. The motherfucking.
Say Big Bobby Milkers.
Hey, the motherfucking two-time Emmy award-winning writer, Elias, a friend of mine. You've seen him before if you tuned into Coffeebreath sessions. He's always here for them. And not only is he an Emmy award-winning writer, but he's also currently working on a show you might have heard about in the news, the League of Legends
Players.
American Vandal inspired
mockumentary series.
A mockumentary series about League of Legends, written and directed by the American Vandal creators in partnership with Riot Games, our dear friends. Elias is one of the writers on this project, so you know he's got a good idea of what's going on. An individual that I don't know how much more I could possibly introduce other than resetting all of the things now. Here they are, bingo bango. Another shout out to our mod Mel for handling that for me, and another shout out to Solomon for programming the Pog bot. As a reminder, you see something you like, drop a Pog. Gives him a point, most points wins. Currently, Myles is in the lead, and without further ado, I would like to introduce my friend.
Hi everyone. I'm going to talk about something more general, that was a little more specified. Something that everybody's interested in is how a game of the year has irreversible damage to the hobby of fishing in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So first, let's look at some graphs. There was actually a very distinct drop-off in the hobby of fishing. Now, I'm not talking about market fishing or fishing for profession. This is fishing recreationally, and this information was taken both by the census and, in general, the amount of licenses people were purchasing to go out fishing legally. Illegal fishing has no place in this discussion. Buy your licenses, go do it right, and make sure you're not like overfishing areas. So there's a distinct drop-off. The important things to point out is that it was a distinct drop-off in all sectors. That means people under 15, and that means men and women both decided, you know what, fishing isn't for me. And this is both in renewals of licenses and brand new licenses. And specifically, I want to point out this sharp drop-off at the top, this pink little line right there, that is children under 16. In the year of this drop-off, I want to make sure I get this right. Yes, in 2012, that is the distinct little divot right there. A thing came out about 10 years earlier. We'll say 10 years old is the general under 16. And I believe the actions of this game of the year caused irreversible damage to the hobby of fishing. Because, as many smart people on the internet have once said, children play games and learn from video games. That's a fact. We all understand that. And really, it all comes down to the fault of a fantastic game. Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy. This is a Naughty Dog flagship experience. If you haven't played it, it was originally released in 2001 for the PlayStation 2. But it had one of the worst created fishing minigames ever. And look no further than the own fan subreddit, where I just took one example of the very cogent, well thought out comments by such lovely people as Qtard and Jin the Awesome. Jin the Awesome, who actually gave a very thoughtful response, could have been the next great fisherman, but unfortunately was not able to because they took away terrible lessons from this game. Now, let me review why could this be so terrible. So should the next just play the video? Hopefully. Yes, it should. Okay. Here's the general rule. You have to catch 200 pounds of fish. 200 pounds of fish. If you miss 20 pounds at any point in time, you lose. If you catch any of the purple eels, you lose. That means you have to play this perfectly to get on a boat to get to the next island. No. Or you don't get to play the game anymore.
No. So what you're saying is that this is required?
This is a required part of the game. I want to make clear for those of you, I don't have this piece of footage. This has no reflection of how the game actually plays. It is a 3D open world RPG. Think your Breath of the Wild, Banjo-Kazooie. That's a perfect example. It's a wonderful game, except for this part. And more importantly, let's look at the pillars it's taking from the hobby of fishing. You are laying on your belly with a net. That is not something you do with your fishing. You need to catch 200 pounds of it in one go. That is also not something you should be doing. And you have to do it to get on a boat, which is not true. More often than not, people get on a boat to go fishing. So this is patently false. Now, this could have been completely traumatic to the hobby of fishing. However, I want to point out that there was a great thing that happened in 2016. One good thing that happened in 2016. And that was, there was a distinct uptick, I think it's 8%, somewhere in there. Essentially, a distinct uptick, and I think the only explanation, because we have proven that video games cause people to fish more if fishing is represented correctly within the game, which is the release of Stardew Valley, which has the best fishing unity game ever created. That's my presentation. Thank you so much.
Incredible. Wow, that was good. Stunning.
Thank you.
I like official.
I never identified with something more.
Yeah.
Is the
A wonderful presentation, a wonderful work. Thank you so much for your time and your contribution. I really appreciate that. And so timely as well. So timely. I love to see that.
What did I come in at?
340. On the
I love that.
Now, I just want to remind everyone out there, you may have heard tonight already, but there are a variety of awards tonight, including
They've been sitting here.
including chat, the one that you'll be giving by determining who gets the most Pog points out of everybody here.
There's also one I made up.
There's also another award, including which is called the Most Timely Award, which is the closest to 4 minutes without going over. And right now,
I think it's still Abby, right?
Hell yeah!
oh yeah, wait, Abby got 354. I forgot she was like right under. Abby was under the gun with that. I thought Elias had it, but actually Abby was on fire with hers at the 354. That's insane. That's hard to keep up with. But thank you all so much for being here. Our final presentation of the not necessarily our final new presentation of the night. The final one that you'll be grading is about to come on. You know her well. My co-host for this event, Michal, Miexriir. She popped in to let me know that I pronounced that correctly. She's about to go on and present to you something that she's never shown to the internet before, an absolutely completely new presentation. And after that, we've got the award ceremony, but don't leave because at the end, hey, yo, shut up for a second. Don't leave after this presentation because Michal will be doing an encore presentation of her never before seen or publicly never before seen presentation, The Morality of Chef the Hedgehog. Thanks to you guys out there for helping us reach our $1,000 donation goal tonight. It's been an honor to raise so much money for a great cause with you guys tonight. We're still raising money. We're still out here. Type exclamation point donate in the chat if you'd like to help us out for a good cause.
Spam Pog Champs in the chat to get Michal points because I don't want Myles to win because he took it from me.
Yep, if you like what you see at any point, chat, you guys are the judges tonight. Drop a Pog Champ in the chat. If you see something funny, if it makes you laugh, if it makes you giggle, if it makes you cry, if it makes you feel tingling inside, drop a Pog Champ in the chat. And that will give Michal, our presenter, 1 Pog point. And whoever ends the night with the most amount of Pog points is the winner. Currently our leader is Myles with 144 Pog points. So y'all are going to really need to spam to beat him out tonight. But, without further ado, you already know. I ain't gotta say shit. She invented the whole fucking game. She invented this whole goddamn game. This shit right now This shit where we all get together and get drunk and do some fucking PowerPoint presentations, this only exists because of her contribution to the internet. I'd like to introduce to you my dear friend, Michal.
Thank you so much for everyone.
Wait, don't start yet.
I'm just saying thanks for everyone tuning in.
Okay, I will tell you when to start. I'm resetting everything. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm really excited. I researched a shit ton for this one.
People want to know.
Vampire lore is like.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
You should talk. All right. Today I'm going to be talking about whether or not Count Von Count from the Sesame Street is a vampire or simply a freak. Everyone in the room, I was browsing the Muppet Wiki the other day like one does when I found out that there is a decades-long controversy in the Sesame Street community regarding whether or not the Count is a real vampire or just a guy who dresses up like one. So I thought I would dive in and find out once and for all, what the fuck is this guy? Alright, so Vampire 101. Basically every culture has some form of the vampire myth. We're pretty familiar with what this looks like, but if you haven't been familiar with it, here's a list of popular traits to look out for. The main ones I found in my research is that this is a creature who is undead, has to feed off the living, whether that be via blood or energy, something like that. And then we're going to look out for all of these during our research. So, in defense of the Count's vampirism, why would we believe this gentleman is a vampire? Well, number one, he has fangs. He has 2 of them. 2 is normal number of fangs for a vampire. Number 2, arithmomania. No, that is not the song from Undertale. This is an obsession with counting, which is actually a traditional vampire weakness going back to like Slavic lore. And yes, I think this kind of applies to him. I don't know if you follow him on social media. It's all he fucking talks about. Have you ever seen anyone this fucking stoked about the number 3? Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. Michelle, if the Count loves numbers so much, how the fuck do you explain his actions in the 1977 story about the day the Count stopped counting? Well, to you, I would say if you fucking read the book, you'd find out that yes, the Count makes a mistake while trying to count something, and he wants to give up because he thinks that he's not good at it anymore. But his friends, his community, they rally around him. They remind him that you don't need to let perfectionism get in the way of your interests. You can chase your passions. You can make mistakes, and that doesn't make you less of a counter. So if you read the book, you would know that's a bullshit argument. So this guy loves counting. And number 3, oh, that's my right. He has no reflection. Easy. Number 4, he's averse to garlic, as you can see in the Sesame Street season 40 press kit. Number 5, he lives in a castle. That one's easy. Number 6, he has supernatural powers, as you can see in this clip of him using some kind of hypnotic trance on Bert and Ernie. So there's something supernatural here, otherworldly, not human. Now, number 7, he bites others. There is an asterisk here, because yes, we can see him biting Cookie Monster on the neck, as one would do in a vampiric fashion. However, this is an outtake, not canon, released only at the San Diego Comic-Con 2019 event. So we can't really consider this canon, but we will be coming back to this point later. Now, number 8, explicit branding. This one gets interesting. Yes, the Sesame Workshop's website has referred to the Count as a vampire in 2010. They refer to him as a number-friendly vampire. Similarly, in Sesame Street Unpaved, they refer to him as a numerical vampire. This is a book written about all the behind-the-scenes of Sesame Street. So it sounds like a pretty open and shut case, but let's not forget number 9, he's sexy as hell. Come on. So we just heard a bunch of really great reasons why we should believe the Count is a vampire, right? So why would we think he's not one? Where is the controversy? Well,
where is it?
Number 1, he tolerates the sun. We see him go on vacation at the beach. He fucking loves it. So this doesn't really line up with the idea that vampires might turn to dust in the sun or otherwise avoid it because they are creatures of the night, as we know. Now, number 2, he sleeps in a bed. I don't know about you, but vampires, they sleep in a coffin to me. And I don't see a coffin in this image, no sir. Number 3, no bloodlust, as far as we know. In the canon materials, we never see him feeding off the life of another creature. So this isn't really adding up, but let's also bring in explicit branding again. Because yes, there are official Muppet resources like the Sesame Street Muppet Drawing Guide that refer to him as not a vampire. Similar interviews with some Muppeteers say that he is not a real vampire. So we have some first-hand sources, primary sources, saying that he's not a vampire. So let's just kind of review. What do we know? Well, I put out all of the traits on this chart if you want to remember, but we kind of have to take some of these out because anyone could dislike garlic or live in a castle or be sexy as hell, obviously. But let's also take out biting others.
Oh, were you?
We also have to take out biting others because, of course, it is an outtake, and we might as well cross off explicit branding because, they're conflicting. Like, you have two primary sources saying different things. So this also actually gets really interesting when you consider that for decades now, parents have been writing into the Sesame Street workshop, the children's television workshop, demanding they remove the count from their programming because he encourages children to befriend monsters, which is a poisonous thought. And when you think about this controversy, as well as the fact that in some scripts, they do refer to the Count as a vampire, but that did not make it over to the taped episode. You have to ask yourself, is the Count a vampire? And now Sesame Workshop is afraid of letting that truth out? And, okay, this does not actually prove vampire or not either way, but what the fuck is going on with this skeleton? Why is his bone? Why does he have a monocle made of bone? This is not vampiric, this is not Muppet, this is not man, I don't know what the fuck this was. So I was getting really fucking overwhelmed. I was getting overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do, so I did the only thing anyone would do in my scenario. And I assembled a team. I reached out to vampire experts across the country while labeling this as a consultation for an entertainment project. I managed to find vampire experts. These are professors, these are published authors, podcasters who have spent decades of their lives publishing works about the Count, publishing works about vampires, and they agreed to talk to me on Zoom about a very specific case. And of course, I'm a woman of science, so I'm not going to tell them that this conversation is about the Count from the Sesame Street. No, sir. I am going to present just the facts that we need to know, just a list of the traits we discussed earlier today, and here's my case. I need you to label whether this fictional character is a vampire or not. And let me tell you, it did not go out well.
It is missing the one most critical quality.
So missing the two big things.
But if this character doesn't have to sort of drain blood or vitality...
Not officially dead at some point.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I'm not a vampire.
So you know what? We already had our first no. It was not looking great. However, a really important fact came to light during my research.
I did my grad work at Harvard. Just down the street from us was the Children's Television Workshop. Got to do internships with different programs. My actual internship, it was with Zoom. I watched them put together a lot of the work on Sesame Street.
Esteemed guests, we had a primary source!
Sorry, 2 times I missed one. I was too caught up in the excitement of the presentation. It's paused, don't worry.
Alright, we had a primary source. We had a vampire expert who has himself met the Count of Sesame Street. And you know what? This changed his answer. I asked him after, what did he think? And he made me think about something I didn't consider before, that maybe the Count feeds off of the energy of teaching children. Maybe the energy of the studio audience is enough to make this gentleman a vampire.
Teaches, and from that teaching, he takes all these wonderful feelings.
And he was not the only expert to think
the
this.
kids learning how to count.
Maybe it's the children counting along feeds him.
So in my humble opinion, yes.
I would say leans pretty close to vampire, if you ask me.
Oh my God. We had 2 more yeses. It all comes down to my final guest, Dax Stokes, who gave me
The
a very
Encyclopedia of the Dead says he is a vampire. According to this book, which is the main encyclopedia of vampires, he is one.
Everyone, 3 out of 4 vampire experts say the Count is a vampire, and do you know what that means? Okay, yes, he is not a freak, he is a vampire, but this can only mean one thing. I know exactly how I'm going to find him and get that someone rich, but I will leave that for my next presentation. Thank you.
Don't leave there before you take one more drink. Thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't want to interrupt you. Amazing. All right, up there.
Thank you.
It's 225 Pog points.
That's for you, baby.
The previous amount of Pog points. That's insane.
Y'all, I did my fucking research on that one.
Yeah, you fucking did.
Holy shit! What a fucking time to be alive. Here we are on Twitch.tv.
I learned so much. I hope you do.
Ben Goddard, thank you so much for 5 more tier 1 gifted subs. You've been way too kind to us tonight. Thank you for your support. It really means a lot. All of those will be going to charity to help out the United Way of Greater Los Angeles. Really appreciate all of you for tuning in. Guys, don't go anywhere. We've got our awards ceremony up next. We're going to find out who is the winner tonight. It's not just based on POG points. There are more variables to find out. And don't leave because we hit the $1,000 donation goal. Michelle's going to do an encore performance after this with a different presentation, one you've never seen before on camera, but maybe you saw it on Twitter a few years ago. But before that, I want to thank all of you for being here. We're about to get into the award ceremony in 1 second. Before we do that, I just want to remind you that this is a charity stream. We're raising money for the United Way of Greater Los Angeles to help benefit low-income and unhoused people in the LA community. We're helping provide shelter, food, education, anything like that. Type in bit.ly/Coffeebreath presentation into your browser, exclamation point donate in the chat, or the links in the description, or scan the fucking QR code on your screen right now. And I want to thank Seria for the Prime sub as well. And here's the thing, Prime sub, or all subs, not just Prime subs, subs and bits count as well. But just know that Jeff Bezos takes a cut out of those because he's a pig. We don't like that. We don't like that. So he takes 50% of those. So if you have the bits in your account and you want to throw them somewhere, hey, give them to us. It's for a good cause. It helps out a lot. But if you got the cash in pocket and you're ready to put that, you're ready to slam that credit card on the table, then click the link instead because your money goes further that way. Help us raise money for a good cause. I don't think we got any more. No, okay, that was all the donations that we got so far. If anyone else drops one in, I will thank you for it. Want to shout out Bossy Girl, Tumbling Tornado, Josh BK, Travism, Peculiar Stranger, Sranny, Stacky McBears for following the channel. If you've never seen this channel before, my name is Danielle Collette. I run a channel called Coffeebreath where my friends and I create insane shit like this once a month on Saturdays and every week on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific. We have a show called the Coffeebreath Show. If you're liking what you're seeing here, you can see a smaller version of that just for fun. Once a week, every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific with me and my friends live here from this bar. It's a great time. If you're enjoying it, hit the follow button and join us for the Coffeebreath Show sometime. And I want to remind you that we do have a merch store open for total clarity. The money from this the money from the merch store does not contribute to the charity funds because of how it comes into my account. It's very different. But if you'd like to support us directly, we do have a merch store, coffeebreathmerch.com, or type _merch in the chat. Link is in the description as well. And you just saw a wonderful performance from our friend Michal. And well, I don't ask any questions about that, Sega employee. I'm not really looking for your opinion right now. If you're a fan of Michal, you might know that she's a playable character in Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania.
It's true, but not all of it.
And as an honor to her contribution to the Monkey Ball community, we have printed this shirt tonight. There are 2 variations of it. If you like the subtle version on just the pocket there, or if you like the big, you really want to let the people know that you're a big fan of putting McCall in the ball. You can go over to coffeebreathmerch.com. Anything on the store, including those shirts, you can get 10% off by typing SESSIONS as the promo code. And I want to thank you for being here. It's been an honor. And as your host tonight, it is my duty, my obligation, but also my privilege to give out some awards tonight. We had some incredible performances. And it's time to give out some awards. So,
how's this going down?
Oh shit, wait, I think we got a hype train. Oh, we have a level 3 hype train going? Oh shit. Thank you, Kubli Khan, for the sub. Thank you for that. Guys, reminder, all the sub money and bit money also counts towards the charity donations. I will add in later once I receive the money from Twitch.
It's true and fake at the same time.
Yep. So thank you for the hype train. Really appreciate y'all. We're going to do some donations, and then Michelle will do her encore performance. So stick around for that.
And the awards.
What?
How do we do the awards?
Oh, okay, so we're all...
What are we doing?
Okay, so there's a few awards. The first award is decided by you guys out there in the chat. Who performed the best? Who got the most POG points? I'll tell you in just a sec. I'll tell you that one in a sec. That's a big award tonight. But there's a few more that are going to be decided by us here in the room tonight. So I'm going to send out a link to everyone here in the room. And I would love for y'all... to contribute to this link.
Are we allowed to vote for ourselves?
Do not vote for yourself.
be honest, be true to your
Fair
heart. Yeah, vote from the heart.
Michelle decided it. We're not allowed to vote for ourselves, so don't do that. But before, while everybody has, hey, is anybody here in the room not have the link to the voting application?
Am I allowed to vote? I didn't present.
Anyone is allowed to vote. I will send it to you. I will send it to you right now.
Alright, I'm tweeting it out real quick.
We already have.
Wheels, I would love your contribution to this. Here's the link to
Michal,
Katie as
this
well.
little thing. It's a little known strategy called cheating.
Katie.
Oh, I tried that
Bingo,
one time.
bingo.
I got
There's the
banned in
link.
his household.
All right. Everyone here in the room, please go ahead and fill out that form, give out the awards, and in the meantime, it is my absolute pleasure. Hey!
Wait. I'm not going yet.
No, I know.
Oh, thank God.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Chill for a second.
Let's put
Chill
it
for a
off
second.
longer.
Guys, in the meantime, while we're waiting for the our local votes here in the living room here to come through on some of our extraneous categories, I'd like to introduce our first category of the night, which is the Chatter's Choice.
Chatter's Choice!
Who received the most Pog champs in the chat during their presentation? Well, it was a well-fought battle.
I got Picker's Choice.
There you go.
Myself. That's what really matters.
And Sam tied for 68 in third place.
What, me?
Yeah. Sam, you and I tied for third place, but third place doesn't get an award in this show.
Award for me? I feel good.
And
got that serotonin.
it is my absolute pleasure to let you know that the second place prize goes to a dear friend of mine, my roommate, my sensual lover, Myles, who put on an absolute jaw-dropping performance, blew us all out of the water.
Wait, didn't Liz get 104?
I did!
What's happening with you?
Okay, you're right. So here's a quick adjustment.
You won nothing.
So,
Dan just wanted to announce himself!
So Sam and I tied for
I'm
fourth.
so sorry, Sam.
Sam and I tied for fourth.
Dan's a homophobe.
The third place, hey everyone shut up. Third place goes to Liz for getting 104 points, Liz Nation. Second place goes to Myles for getting 144 points. And of course, obviously, you know already, the number one placing individual of the night. She's the PowerPoint queen herself. She did it all. She's achieved everything that there is to be achieved on this platform. She can quit Twitch forever and she doesn't even have an account. Her name is Michal, and she got 225 fucking points! And the Chatter's Choice Award, where is it?
I'm glad y'all got to see my hand.
No, it's not that one.
One of these awards here goes to Michal.
I think we forgot to make one.
She'll get that later on. But I'd like to make sure that everyone in the room goes ahead and votes for the rest of these if you haven't already.
It doesn't exist. That's the joke.
Oh. I think we forgot to make
All the other awards exist. This one did.
Maybe we forgot.
No, that's me. That's what I made.
Thank you, everyone.
The moral of the story is never try at anything.
Hey,
I'd like to announce another award that I made up because I wanted to die the whole time for Most Miserable Audience Award, where the audience was the most miserable the whole time. Luke?
So bad it crashed the stream.
I hated it.
I've never wanted to die more. That's not true.
Alright, if you're in this room and you haven't voted already, please do. If you don't have the link, DM me. In the meantime, I'm going to read out some of the other awards. There are two more awards here that aren't determined by the group in the crowd here. They are determined by other factors. So the first one of those is the longest presentation award.
I'm pitching
The longest presentation award goes to an individual who really held nothing back. Wait, is it really me?
How is mine that short? That feels fake too.
Wait,
is it really me?
Wait, how long was yours?
Someone wrote down here that mine was 11 minutes.
It started at 10 and then ended at 21.
Well, you know what, baby?
Shit, never mind, Justin.
The king does what the king will do. Congratulations to me, myself, for getting.
I really
give a hand. give a hand for Daniel J.
But you're the shot
I really
for
shat
getting
bet
the
on
longest
this one.
presentation, and there was a second part of this award where I was supposed to take another drink.
It
but-
started at 10, but it ended at 21.
Yeah, the other part of this is yes, Dan had to drink the most during his presentation, but the award for longest presentation is another drink that Liz will make very painful for him.
Yeah, so I get a hand for my. Everyone give me a hand. I mean, come on.
Why does it have
Clap for me!
Do you know what the absolute worst part of this is, Dan?
Why does it have 4 fingers?
We chose that hand so you could get it out of your apartment, and now it's just back in your life.
Yeah, but here's the craziest part, dude. Shocker, bro.
Hey, thanks everyone for watching tonight.
We should
No, don't go anywhere. We're not leaving yet. There's still a few more awards. There's another award I want to give that isn't to myself, I promise you, and that is the award that is the closest to 4 minutes without going over, and that has to go to my dear friend Abby Sherlock, who hit 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Yes. Yes, Abby, get over here. Get over here. Take your award. Take your award.
Everyone, this is Abby. Everyone appreciate how hot she looks tonight. And
how hot
she is. Brain hotness is also important, but she could also fuck you up villain.
She's not a villain, but so hot. I have pain.
All right, guys, there's 3 more awards to give out before we move on to Michelle's encore performance and close out the night.
I have a shot for you to take as a penalty, and it will hurt you.
Don't give me the chili dog. Is this
It's
what
not a chili dog. I won.
Oh wait, what is this?
It's banana liqueur.
Banana liqueur?
Wait,
no.
that's fire.
On God, bro.
Pepper.
Really? On God?
Pepper.
On job?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh no!
It smells real bad.
Oh!
It smells like you liquefied banana Laffy Taffy.
Listen, I love Laffy Taffy, and that tastes like Laffy Taffy if you infuse like uranium with it.
Dan loves Laffy Taffy.
I'm a big Laffy Taffy head, and that was disgusting.
That's what you get for talking shit.
That's what I get for talking for too long. But fuck all of y'all. Y'all gotta listen because you came to my stream. And I'd like to give out the final awards of the night. You know, the Chatter Strays is the one that really matters. Obviously, Michelle won, best presenter in the room. But we had our own vote ourselves. For everyone here, our own contained panel, our own self-judge, our socialist group here.
Socialist!
It's the socialist judgment room.
Proletariat.
We all vote equally. Our vote, if you know what I mean. So I'd like to give an award for that. But before we do that, we voted on 3 categories. We voted on 3 categories, and the first one is best dressed.
Y'all, we got this
I'm ready.
best costume skeleton Halloween trophy for best dressed tonight.
Yeah, and who will be the skeleton of the night? There's only one skeleton in the room. She's kind of sweeping tonight. It's my dear friend Abby Sherlock.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold the phone.
You can't read, can you?
It's a tie.
Wait,
I don't want
I don't
it.
believe it.
Look,
The crazy
it's a
thing-
tie between you. Wait.
What? Wait, is it?
Oh wait, no. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, Dan can't
I'm so sorry.
read.
It didn't update. I'm so sorry. It didn't update. I'm so wait, Abby. I'm so sorry.
This is your
I'm the worst
moonlight.
person on the planet.
This is a La La Land situation, and can you just say
It's La La Land?
This is
It's
La La Land.
in fact a tie.
The problem is that it's a tie between Myles and Liz.
Myles, come here.
I do actually have a second one of these at home. I will bring it by later.
Guys, but I think I should keep this one in particular because unlike
Wait,
Myles,
hold on.
I'm still wearing my costume.
I
I think I
that's
earned
not a
points for that.
costume, but a fashion.
I do want to say,
That's true.
I voted for Liz, so I shouldn't have, because then this could have been all mine.
Cool, I
But-
didn't vote for myself.
Yeah, I know, but I should have voted for Abby because she got fucking robbed.
But I voted for
Abby, I'm
Reba,
so sorry. That was fucked up of me.
Well,
I can't believe I La La Land.
You'll be
Well, I have.
my lawyer.
Very
guys,
you can
guys,
Hang on, I do have one thing to say.
Alright, Myles,
And we all got to be in for it.
I do have one.
Us all closer together.
I have one important thing to say. Since I have a trophy, and I know I'm the best dressed, this should go to Abby because Dan walked up.
You know what, Myles?
Classic Myles doing anything he can to hurt Liz.
That's an honor and she deserves that because it's my fucking fault. I'm an asshole for that. I'm sorry. That shit didn't update. It didn't update. It's not my fault. But
Cloud activity.
2 more awards real
Oh,
quick.
that's right, it would
The
be
next
cloud.
award was Best Slideshow. The person who put on the best show, or the person who composed the best slides.
I had 60
Maybe not
slides.
necessarily the best performance overall, but the best slideshow. They really put a lot into it. I can confirm 1,000% without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, this goes to my dear friend Kuba.
69!
And finally,
it's like my dad always says, I'll never amount to anything.
But you didn't amount to anything, but you did get this little witch trophy.
It's a witch on a pumpkin. What else says best slide?
This will not fit in my butt, and I don't know why you would give it to me.
Yeah,
Try
that's
the other
kind
end.
This is not.
of cringe and it won't fit in your butt.
Which end up? Which end up?
This is not going to fit horizontally, and this is not going to fit vertically.
I thought you were a Viking.
Katie looks punished right now. I just want you to know how much pain Katie's
After all night we spend bonding over you not.
It is my absolute honor to introduce the final award of the
Wow, I don't get to give a speech?
No.
I didn't.
No. No speech.
Miles gave your speech.
We're keeping the shit moving. We're keeping the shit moving. The final award of the night.
The best presentation voted by us here in this room.
Us in this room.
You guys in the chat, you had your opinion. Michelle's already won the award. She's already won it all. But what would go better than 1 award than 2? She also won the group vote here as well. Michelle wins best presentation from everyone here in the room, as well as you guys in the chat. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk the level of effort that you put into it, so I'd like to give you a quick moment to give a speech to the audience.
This trophy of a
She won
women's
2 of the
ruler-
best awards.
I want to fucking kill myself.
I studied. I learned a lot about vampires, and honestly, I had so much more material that I wish I could have put in. So please talk to me after the stream is over, because I want to talk about this. But yes, this female bowling trophy is an honor. I love doing deep dives about shit. Thanks for staying with me, even though it wasn't video game themed. It was a truth that had to come out.
And I want to,
And speaking of video games.
No, before we go on to that, I just want to thank my co-host Michelle tonight for helping me put on this incredible event. It's thanks to her we had such a large audience tonight. She really took advantage of all of her Twitter simps to come in here and really just farm the viewership. Hey, if any of you Twitter simps want to follow this channel, she's on here every now and then, so like you'll get to see her again sometime. So hit us with a follow if you haven't already, and stick around if you're one of those simps, because Michelle is about to put on an encore performance. Thanks to you guys in the chat. The final award is that you got the clicker back in your hands to do an encore performance of your original Shadow the Hedgehog's morality performance presentation that started this trend in the first place. I think you'd like to give an intro, right?
I would love to give an intro. Should I just do the intro?
You should go over there and do the intro. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, we're gonna do a shot before I go on, because this is the presentation I did give. Okay, I'll do a preamble.
Okay, guys, don't tell Twitch that we're doing shots at the bar right now, but we're doing shots at the bar. So if you at home want to join us for a drink, cheers.
Let's
and you know what? You know what they say in my country? Arrivederci.
That's not your country.
I will share the fact that I definitely had an entire bottle of wine before giving it the first time, which was kind of a theme for most of my presentations.
So do award winners,
This is
like,
the most sober
where
I've
do we
been
go?
for one,
And
and
I'm
it's
proud
not
of her.
wrong. I did. I had to like make sure I could host this.
When you
and
hit the
it's
bar,
stressful.
you
It's
go
a
in,
lot
you
of
go down the
wine.
steps. If you look at 90% of the photos of me at the bar, they're me like peeking up. So.
Okay, while Liz is setting that up, I want to remind you guys, thanks for
Look,
being
you're an
here.
Emmy winner. You know what the coach is, all right?
Audience, shut the hell up for 1 second. My name is Daniel J, and I'm so honored to host this event tonight. If this is your first time joining us on twitch.tv/coffeebreath, maybe consider hitting us with a follow. We do a lot of streams on here, a lot of good times happen at this bar, live here on twitch.tv/coffeebreath. Also, Twitter's down there.
And
Hit me on there
Sarmo
as
in the
well.
chat, what is wrong with you to move in that direction? I have questions.
Yeah, that's a little bit sus.
Follow me at Noonches on Twitter.
Don't follow Luke. But I want to thank you guys all for being here. If you haven't already followed us, if you haven't already followed us, go ahead and do that. We do these big Coffee Breath sessions events once a month. Check out the shirt that's available.
Wait,
on our
I
store.
heard Jack 3.
These events happen once a month on this channel on Saturdays, but every single week, Sundays, 6 p.m. Pacific, we have the Coffee Breath show. a live broadcast here from this bar. Me and my friends hanging out, getting up to no good here at the bar. Last week, we explored a lawyers-only dating app to see if we could find love on there. We get up to no good like that all the time, so if that sounds fun to you, hit us with a follow and tune in. We're also on YouTube. Type !YouTube in the chat to get a link to our VODs. And as well, one final reminder that the Coffeebreath merch store is open. This money does not go to charity because of the way that it comes in, but if you're loving what's going on here and you want to, if you're a big fan of putting and calling the ball, you might want to check out one of those 2 variations of the shirt. There's a bunch of colors as well. It's not just black.
Sonic colors.
You can pick whatever color you like. Any kind of color that's crazy for you that you like, that's fun. Type sessions as we show up 10% off your whole order, including that new shirt. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And to close it out tonight, it's an encore performance. Hey, shut the fuck up. To close it out tonight.
I've always wondered about the morality of Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's so crazy how I said shut the fuck up. To close it out tonight, it's an encore performance by the one and only, the 2-time winner. She won both awards for best presentation, both within our room and also from you guys in the chat. So clearly you want to see more, and here we're going to give it to you. The first time ever on camera, on the internet recording of the viral sensation presentation, The Morality of Shadow the Hedgehog. I have to throw it over to my co-host, my dear friend, Michal.
I have what you might call a preamble before presenting this. Some warnings, some context I would like to give. This presentation has a lot of sentimental value to me. It is not my best work, but let me tell you why I care a lot about it. This is the first presentation party I ever went to with my friend who had done it before in college. Obviously, y'all know that, this...
I'm fixing the screen.
Oh.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm
Don't
sorry.
look.
Keep preambling.
Don't look.
I can't see the
Keep
joke.
preambling.
Okay.
Anyways, it means a lot to me because I moved to Seattle in 2017. I started working as a software engineer, and I knew some people at work, but I didn't really have that many friends yet, or people I felt very close to. And then I went to this event, and this was kind of the first inklings of me showing who I actually was to these people. A room full of software engineers presenting about the history of brutalist architecture, or which succulents you should, pick up if you want a low maintenance plant. So this was a very different kind of presentation to share, and it went well online, but after sharing that with the people in that room, I became so much closer with everyone there, just by sharing this very specific and silly passion I had. So it means a lot to me from that perspective, and it means a lot to me that presentation parties got bigger, and other people were sharing them with their friends and finding a way to share something they were passionate about with their group of friends and their communities. So that means a lot to me. And this presentation is something that I do have to disclose. I did not write an outline for. I had no notes to reference to remember what I was talking about. So I'm just gonna do my best with this. I just took a shot. And I have a lot of feelings about Shadow the Hedgehog, so I'm gonna do my best. So this is an exploration of Shadow the Hedgehog's true moral compass and Knuckles. All right. When we think about the characters of the Sonic universe, most of them can fit into the boxes of this D&D alignment chart pretty easily, right? I mean, these characters are pretty consistent. Their actions, make sense for who they are across games. It's pretty predictable. However, how would we define Shadow? He's kind of different. He's an antagonist in some games. He's a protagonist in others. He's always some kind of anti-hero. He doesn't do the right thing, even if his heart is in the right place. So I decided to dive in to try to figure out, where would Shadow fall on this chart? So here's a quick background about Shadow the Hedgehog. If you are not familiar, again, I did write this presentation keeping an audience of normies in mind. So, so he's been created by the government to develop a cure for uncurable diseases, also known as NIDS, which is kind of the Sonic universe version of AIDS. But he was also just created to be a weapon who was deemed too powerful and then put into a 50-year stasis state, but not before his only friend in the world, Maria, died right in front of him. He also has major daddy issues in the 2005 video game Shadow the Hedgehog, but we'll come back to that later. Let's go back to 1689 and talk a little bit about John Locke.
John Locke popularized this principal theory of empiricism called tabula rasa or blank slate theory. It's a theory that we are born blank slates, and as we go on through life, we gain experiences. Like who we are and our knowledge is a result of our environment, is a result of the people we surround ourselves with. And Shadow the Hedgehog, more than any character in the Sonic series, exemplifies this perfectly. And yes, it is a little controversial to start with the slide about Sonic Heroes, which is not his first canonical appearance, of course. But I do wanted to call out that, like, after Sonic Adventure 2, as far as we know, I mean, the Shadow that we know and love is a clone. We find out that he's been cloned. And we're going to talk about how he kind of starts as a blank slate in most of his games. So let's go back to the origin. The greatest game of all time, Sonic Adventure 2. Let me get some woos.
This is giving me major Sonic Adventure 2 vibes.
Major Sonic Adventure 2 vibes in the chat right now. So this game is, the greatest game ever made. There's a hero story where you play as the protagonist trying to save the world, and there's a dark story where you play as the bad guys who are trying to blow up the world / moon. And in both of these stories, Shadow is pretty stacked. I mean, he's still like a bad guy. He's doing bad things. You get a little more color into his character in the dark story, and you see him like, he saves Rouge when he doesn't have to do that, but he's still, trying to destroy the world because he misinterprets his friend's dying wish to help all the people on Earth be happy. He misinterprets that as, I'll give you revenge. I'll kill everyone on Earth. Yeah, who wouldn't make that mistake? But, we have Shadow in these two stories presented as an antagonist. However, in the last story, which you unlock after completing Hero and Dark, of course, he teams up with Sonic. He saves the world. And not only that, he sacrifices himself for our sins, like another young man I know.
He was 35.
Young man! Shadow was like 50-something. So let's kind of breeze through that. Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Adventure 2 Shadow, I had some drinks, I'm sorry. He was bad in the main story, but then because he chose to kind of accept Sonic into his crew, he turned good by the end in the last story. But Shadow the Hedgehog is the perfect example of the tabula rasa, right? Because almost every stage, the way this game works, if you are not familiar, you can choose to do the good path. You can join Sonic and his friends to save the world. You can choose the neutral path and gain power by collecting all the Chaos Emeralds. Or you could choose the bad boy path, and you can support your daddy, Black Doom, which is this alien race who wants to wipe out all of humanity.
That's the sexy path.
It's a sexy path. Villains can be sexy, and you can go through that route and destroy the world. And the interesting thing about this chart is you see that when Shadow spends more time with Sonic, more time with his friends, he's exposed to these positive influences. He chooses the right thing. And you have 14 different endings and 14 different endings and a final canonical ending. Let me tell you, Mass Effect has 3 fucking endings, so what the fuck were they doing, right? Yeah! Shadow the Hedgehog went so much further and could do so much more. But Shadow's interesting. He's such an interesting character because the people he exposes himself to, weird way of phrasing that. When he chooses to join Sonic and crew, he makes the right decisions because he realizes that there are other ways of thinking about things. And he is just an interesting character. He lived for his entire life with one fucking friend, and he watched her die in front of him. So obviously he's not going to have the same reaction to events that the Sonic crew might have. He's interesting. He'll make the wrong decision first and then realize what the right one is. He's compassionate. He shows that. But in this game, that was my own rant. In this game, your outcome and Shadow's morality depends on what the player wants him to do. Shadow is a canvas, and the player is guiding him to the morality we want him to show. So ultimately, it's easy to conclude. I've been spending this entire time proving that Shadow the Hedgehog, once and for all, is chaotic neutral, and I've been specifically talking about the neutral part of it. He's a blank slate. We impress upon him the neutrality, the morality we wish to see. It's malleable, it's flexible, but why is he chaotic? Because he wields guns, drives a motorcycle, and uses chaos control. Thank you.
That's who I am.
This is who I am.
Pog champ.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for that. And that's going to be our final performance of the night. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an absolute honor to have you all. I think the the last couple people who threw some stuff out there. I see some Arthur and Sayria and Fish Duggery. Thank you for following. If you're not already following, we do streams like this once a month on Saturdays and every week on Sundays. So if you'd like to tune in for some more chaos here at Bar Coffeebreath, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to have you.
This was so thank you so much for
we raised over $1,000, well over. Once we do the math and include how many subs and bits we got, it's far over $1,000. So thank you guys so much.
Hey, if you had to give us a rough estimate for people here, what's the number?
So since it's hard to say because it wasn't counting in the very beginning because I fucked up.
Art college, you can't do math.
I want to say we got like 30 subs, and so that's $250 each because Jeff Bezos is a pig, and he takes those.
That's about $75.
So yeah, so add about $75 onto that, and we probably got about 200 bits. That's like
$1.
$2.
That's
$2.
Take the 50% out the Bezos gets.
Oh,
that's $1.
So it's $1. You're right. You're right. So we're in the ballpark of like almost
$11.51.
Yeah, really close to $1,200, which is fucking awesome. We are raising money tonight for a charity that helps out low income and unhoused individuals in the LA community. So thank you so much for helping us do that. Thank you all for being here. If this is your first time here, my name is Daniel J, and that's not Liz and that's not Michelle. But what I can do is I can Katie. Alright. So thank you all so much for being here. My name is Daniel J. It's an honor to host this event tonight. Thank you all so much for watching all of these wonderful presentations, and a very special thank you to not only my co-host Michelle, but also to everyone here who decided to spend their Saturday night with us, including you all in the chat, but also especially the people here in person with us who took time out of their Saturday nights to come hang with us, raise money for a good cause, and put on some fucking presentations.
Hey, can I say one thing?
Yeah, she wants to talk.
I would love to talk. It kind of rules that I messaged a fuck ton of people to come. Okay, like a COVID safe number of people to come who are all vaccinated. And I was like, hey, would you like to do homework to come attend this event for charity? And they said yes. And that fucking rules. Thank you everyone for doing homework and doing this very specific thing. It's my favorite thing ever.
Wait, before y'all pop off though, right before Michelle really sneaky tried to slide us in here like I wouldn't notice. She matched the donations that we made tonight.
What the fuck?
So we've now raised over $2,000. Michelle was donated $1,000.
Everyone say happy birthday, Michelle!
It's also Michelle's birthday. So that went from a little over 1,000 to well over 2,000 thanks to Michelle's contribution. And I'd like to close this out with a happy birthday song.
Today's gonna be.
Is it copyright? Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna get DMCA, dude.
Let's DMCA this channel.
We're good now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you.
Fuck yeah, y'all are fucking awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in to Coffeebreath Sessions. We'll be back next month with, here I'll say it live on stream, next month is my birthday celebration for Coffeebreath Sessions, and I'm hosting a mystery game tournament. That's all you get for now. But tune in next month for one of our biggest tournaments ever. I love you, I appreciate you, and as they say in my country, not Liz's,
Good night, yours.
arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Banana Mania out October 5th. I'm in it.
It's true, it's not a joke.
No.
It's not a joke.
Give me a hand. Give me a
I
hand.
thought you were
JoJo wasn't in here.
I was
I got 2 nuts you can fade out. Good night!